Tonight, your words begin to turn into wealth. Let that sentence enter the room softly, as though a lamp had been lit beside the bed. Tonight, your words begin to turn into wealth. You have come to the hour when the world grows quiet, when the body asks for rest, when the hands no longer reach for the work of the day, and when the mind begins to loosen its hold upon appearances. This is the sacred hour when many repeat the old story. They lie down speaking lack inwardly. They remember the bills, the delayed money, the small disappointments, the fear of tomorrow, the feeling of being behind. They do not know that the word carried into sleep becomes a seed in the invisible. But tonight, you will not give the night the old word. Write in the comments, "My words turn into wealth." Let it be a small outward sign of an inward decision, a quiet declaration that your mouth is no longer the servant of lack, but the instrument of divine supply. This is not a mere sentence. It is a word placed at the gate of the night, a word that says your speech is turning toward prosperity, faith, and perfect ways. Now be still. Let the body rest. Let the mind grow quiet. Let the heart become willing to speak differently. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Say it softly within yourself. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. I do not say this as a boast. I do not say it from greed. I do not say it as though I were trying to take from another. Wealth under grace harms no one. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Wealth under grace is divine supply made visible in right ways, clean ways, peaceful ways, useful ways, generous ways, appointed ways. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Your word is not a small thing. I have told many that the word is the wand. The wand is lifted each time the mouth speaks with conviction, each time the heart gives feeling to a sentence, each time the mind accepts a name for itself, for money, for life, for tomorrow. A person may say, "I am poor," and not know that the wand has been lifted against his own good. A person may say, "Money is hard to get," and not know that the wand has been pointed toward difficulty. A person may say, "I never have enough," and not know that the unseen has been given an instruction. But tonight, the wand is remembered. My word is my wand. Let this be quiet and clear. My word is my wand. I do not sleep speaking lack. Say it gently. I do not sleep speaking lack. I do not let the last word of the night be, "There is not enough." I do not let the last word be, "I cannot pay." I do not let the last word be, "Money is far away." I do not let the last word be, "I am always behind." I do not let the last word be, "Wealth belongs to others, not to me." Those are not the words I send into the sacred night. I do not sleep speaking lack. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. Let that sentence become restful. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart, not the restless word of wanting, not the anxious word of grasping, not the frightened word that stares at the purse and trembles. The word of wealth is calm because it knows infinite spirit is the source. The word of wealth under grace is dignified because it does not beg the world. The word of wealth in perfect ways is peaceful because it does not force the channel. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. Tonight, the old speech of lack begins to lose its throne. Perhaps you have said without noticing, "I cannot afford it." Perhaps you have said, "Money never stays with me." Perhaps you have said, "I am unlucky with money." Perhaps you have said, "I am not one of those people who prosper." Perhaps you have said, "Everything costs too much." Perhaps you have said, "There is never enough." And perhaps those sentences sounded ordinary because they were spoken so often around tables, in homes, in moments of worry, in the secret chambers of thought. But the ordinary word may still be a command, and the command may be changed. Every word of lack is withdrawn. I do not sleep speaking lack. My words turn into wealth under grace, in perfect ways. There is no condemnation in this. Do not lie down and blame yourself for the old words. Blame is only another burden, and the night is not for burdens. If you have spoken lack, you may speak supply now. If you have spoken fear, you may speak faith now. If you have spoken against your purse, your work, your worth, or your future, you may bless them now. My word is my wand. I lift my word toward divine supply. I lift my word toward infinite spirit. I lift my word toward prosperity under grace. I lift my word toward perfect ways. I do not sleep speaking lack. The day may have tried to persuade you that lack is real and final. The day may have brought a bill to the table. The day may have brought a delay. The day may have brought a number that troubled you. The day may have brought the silence of someone you expected to answer. The day may have brought some small sign that seemed to say, "There is not enough." But the day does not have the final word. The night receives my final command, and tonight the command is wealth under grace. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Let the word wealth become holy in your mind. Do not make it a word of vanity. Do not make it a word of greed. Do not make it a word of display. Wealth, when spoken under grace, is the right expression of divine supply. It is bread on the table. It is bills paid in peace. It is a home blessed and protected. It is generous giving. It is right work rewarded. It is freedom from torment over money. It is the ability to serve without fear. It is the visible evidence that infinite spirit is not poor. Divine supply made visible is wealth under grace. Therefore, I am not afraid to speak wealth. I am not ashamed to speak wealth. I do not call poverty spiritual. I do not call struggle holy. I do not call fear wisdom. I speak wealth under grace. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Many have prayed for prosperity while speaking poverty all day long. They have asked for supply, then declared lack. They have desired increase, then named themselves poor. They have hoped for freedom, then repeated bondage. They have wanted money to come, then cursed money when it went. And the mind becomes divided. The word by night calls one thing. The word by day calls another. Tonight, let the word be whole. I do not sleep speaking lack. I do not bless wealth with one breath and curse it with the next. I do not call divine supply at night and deny it in the morning. I begin now, in this quiet hour, to speak as one supplied by infinite spirit. My word is my wand. If I say, money is hard, the wand points toward hardship. If I say, money comes under grace, the wand points toward divine supply. If I say, I am behind, the wand points toward delay. If I say, divine order restores all things, the wand points toward restoration. If I say, I cannot, the wand points toward closed doors. If I say, the perfect way opens, the wand turns like a key. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. The mouth must learn prosperity as the heart learns peace. Do not expect the old speech to vanish without practice. A person who has walked one road for many years may need patience when turning toward another. Speak gently, but speak consistently. Do not make war with yourself. Replace the old word with the new word. Replace the poor word with the prosperous word. Replace the frightened word with the word under grace. If the old word says, I cannot afford it, answer, divine supply provides for all that is mine by divine right. If the old word says, money never stays, answer, money is blessed and rightly circulated. If the old word says, I am always behind, answer, divine order restores my finances in perfect ways. If the old word says, nothing comes to me, answer, my good comes under grace, and my good cannot be lost. If the old word says, I am afraid, answer, I am safe in infinite spirit's supply. I do not sleep speaking lack. Tonight, speak as though the night were listening, because it is. Speak as though the unseen were receiving the seed, because it does. Speak as though your word mattered, because it does. Speak as though infinite spirit were the source, because infinite spirit is the source. My word is my wand. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. Let the body hear this. Let the shoulders loosen. Let the hands open. Let the breath become slower. The body has perhaps carried the tightness of lack. It has perhaps learned to brace when money is mentioned. It has perhaps learned to tighten around numbers, bills, prices, and needs. Tonight, bless the body free from the fear of money. Body, you may rest. Mind, you may release lack. Heart, you may receive divine supply. Hands, you may open. Mouth, you may bless wealth. Sleep, you may receive the word of prosperity. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. There is a difference between wanting wealth anxiously and speaking wealth faithfully. Wanting anxiously says, I must have it, or I am lost. Speaking faithfully says, infinite spirit is my supply, and my good comes under grace. Wanting anxiously clings to one door. Speaking faithfully releases the channel. Wanting anxiously fears tomorrow. Speaking faithfully blesses tomorrow before it arrives. I speak wealth under grace. The wealthy word is not loud. It is not harsh. It is not proud. It is certain. It is like a lamp in the window. It does not argue with the night. It simply shines. It is like a seed in the field. It does not shout beneath the earth. It simply grows. It is like a key in the lock. It does not strike the door. It turns. My word is my wand. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Now imagine your old money words as worn garments you have carried far too long. They may have belonged to your childhood. They may have belonged to a house where fear was spoken often. They may have belonged to people who did the best they knew, yet spoke from scarcity. Bless them and lay them down. You need not wear the poverty words of another generation. You need not sleep under an old financial story. I withdraw the old money word. I withdraw the word of lack. I withdraw the word of fear. I withdraw the word of impossibility. I withdraw the word of unworthiness. I withdraw the word of permanent delay. I withdraw the word of financial struggle. Now I speak a new word. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. This new word is not a lie. It is a spiritual direction. It is the naming of divine truth before the visible appearance has fully arranged itself. The visible world often follows the unseen command. The spoken word is sent ahead like a messenger. It walks roads your feet have not yet taken. It knocks upon doors your hand has not yet touched. It announces, divine supply is expected here. My spoken word opens the way for wealth. Say it gently. My spoken word opens the way for wealth, not by greed, not by pressure, not by forcing another, not by taking what belongs elsewhere, by divine order, by grace, by perfect ways, by the law of the spoken word. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. If the mind says, but I do not yet feel wealthy, answer, I begin with the word. If the mind says, but the outer facts seem different, answer, the invisible moves before the visible appears. If the mind says, but I have spoken lack for years, answer, the word changes tonight. If the mind says, but I am afraid to hope, answer, I do not hope from fear, I speak under grace. If the mind says, but how will wealth come? Answer, Infinite Spirit knows the perfect way. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Do not demand that you believe perfectly in the first moment. Speak the word and let the word begin its work. A seed is not less a seed because the soil has been dry. Water it, bless it. Give it the night. Give it repetition without anxiety. Give it faith, even if faith begins as a small flame. The small flame is enough to begin. My word is my wand. A small key may open a great door. A small seed may carry a great harvest. A small lamp may light a dark room. A small word under grace may begin a great change. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Now, bring to mind the money you have feared. Bless it. Bring to mind the money you have desired. Bless it. Bring to mind the money that has come and gone. Bless it. Bring to mind the bills you have resented. Bless them. Bring to mind the work you have done. Bless it. Bring to mind the doors not yet open. Bless them before they open. I bless wealth. I bless money. I bless divine supply. I bless right circulation. I bless my receiving. I bless my giving. I bless my spending. I bless my saving. I bless my work. I bless my opportunities. I bless the increase coming under grace. I do not sleep speaking lack. You may have been trained to speak money fear as though it were ordinary conversation, but the soul now becomes more careful, more powerful, more serene. It does not speak lack to gain sympathy. It does not exaggerate difficulty to feel understood. It does not repeat poverty to appear humble. It does not call money evil and then wonder why money avoids the door. Money under grace is a servant of divine supply. Money under grace pays. Money under grace protects. Money under grace circulates. Money under grace blesses. Money under grace arrives through right channels. Money under grace is clean. Money under grace is useful. Money under grace is peaceful. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Let this sentence move like a gentle current through the mind. It need not be forced. Let it repeat as a lullaby of prosperity, not as a command of strain. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, softer. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Now slower. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Let the words become restful. Wealth does not have to come through anxiety. Wealth does not have to come through exhausting struggle. Wealth does not have to come through fear. Wealth under grace comes through the right word, the right thought, the right action, the right channel, the right appointment, the right door, the right timing. Divine supply knows the way. I do not sleep speaking lack. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. The bed becomes the place of release. The night becomes the field of the word. The heart becomes the chamber where prosperity is named. The unseen receives the seed. The old words no longer govern this sleep. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart, not with a clenched heart. Not with a grasping heart, not with a frightened heart, with a blessed heart, with a quiet heart, with a heart that says, Infinite Spirit is my supply, with a heart that says, all that is mine by divine right comes to me under grace, with a heart that says, I am safe to receive wealth, with a heart that says, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Now, let the atmosphere of money change. Money is no longer a terror in the room. Money is no longer a judge at the bedside. Money is no longer a closed gate. Money is no longer an enemy. Money is not the source, but money may become a blessed channel of the source. Money may be rightly received, rightly used, rightly circulated, rightly increased, and rightly blessed. I speak wealth, and divine supply answers. I speak wealth, and the unseen receives. I speak wealth, and the way opens. I speak wealth, and the old fear is withdrawn. I speak wealth, and my heart becomes peaceful. I speak wealth, and I rest. My word is my wand. Now let the wand bless the night. This night is blessed with prosperity. This sleep is blessed with divine supply. This heart is blessed with wealth under grace. This mind is blessed with rich ideas. This body is blessed with rest. This path is blessed with perfect ways. This life is blessed by infinite spirit. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Perhaps the day has shown you a figure that frightened you. Do not carry that figure into sleep as your master. Bless it and place it under grace. Perhaps a payment is needed. Do not carry the payment into sleep as a mountain. Speak supply over it. Perhaps you have longed for greater income, greater freedom, greater room to breathe. Do not speak of it as far away. Speak it under grace. The money for every divine need comes under grace. The increase that belongs to me comes under grace. The wealth that blesses all concerned comes under grace. The channels are opened by infinite spirit. The right door opens. The perfect way appears. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. I do not sleep speaking lack. Let this become a boundary at the threshold of the night. Lack may come to the door, but it may not enter. Fear may knock, but it may not sit beside the bed. Complaint may whisper, but it does not receive the final word. The final word is wealth under grace. I do not sleep speaking lack. I sleep speaking supply. I sleep speaking prosperity. I sleep speaking divine order. I sleep speaking perfect ways. I sleep speaking wealth. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. Now the heart may ask, what is my word tonight? Give it one word. Do not burden the mind with many. One word is enough if it is the right word. Wealth, under grace, perfect ways, divine supply. All is supplied. Money comes rightly. My words turn into wealth. Choose the phrase that feels like a clean key. Let it rest in the heart. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. This is the phrase for tonight. It is simple. It is clear. It is peaceful. It does not beg. It does not strain. It does not worship money. It places wealth under infinite spirit. It allows perfect ways. It blesses all concerned. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Let your words tonight become a golden road in the unseen. Not a road of greed, not a road of vanity, a road of divine supply, a road on which right money may come, a road on which opportunities may travel, a road on which ideas may arrive, a road on which help may find you, a road on which your own gifts may be rightly rewarded. My spoken word opens the road. My word is my wand. I lift it toward wealth under grace. I lift it toward money rightly received. I lift it toward work rightly rewarded. I lift it toward divine supply made visible. I lift it toward perfect prosperity. I lift it toward generous living. I lift it toward peace around money. I lift it toward freedom from lack. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Now let the body grow heavier with peace. Nothing must be chased tonight. Nothing must be forced tonight. Nothing must be solved by fear tonight. The old money story is not needed at the pillow. The new word is enough. I do not sleep speaking lack. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. Again, I do not sleep speaking lack. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. Again, softer. I do not sleep speaking lack. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. Now the words may become slower. No lack. Only supply. No fear. Only faith. No poverty word. Only wealth under grace. No closed door. Only perfect ways. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. There is a quiet authority in the right word. It does not argue with the bank. It does not argue with the bill. It does not argue with the past. It does not argue with those who once spoke lack around you. It simply speaks from infinite spirit and lets divine order answer. My word is my wand. I speak the word. The unseen receives. Divine supply moves. The perfect way opens. Wealth takes form under grace. Let this be the beginning of the whole journey. Tonight is not the night of struggle. Tonight is not the night of panic. Tonight is not the night of old poverty sentences. Tonight is the night the word changes. And when the word changes, the inner world begins to change. And when the inner world changes under grace, the outer world must find its right arrangement. My words turn into wealth under grace, in perfect ways. I do not sleep speaking lack. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. All fear around money is softened. All old speech of poverty is withdrawn. All resentment toward money is released. All shame about wealth is dissolved. All good that is mine by divine right is called under grace. All channels are released to infinite spirit. All wealth comes in perfect ways. Now, before the night grows deeper, let this be the last command of the opening. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, softer. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. My word is my wand. I do not sleep speaking lack. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. The night receives the word. The unseen receives the seed. Infinite spirit knows the way. Divine supply begins its perfect movement. All is under grace. All is supplied. All is well. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. Let that sentence rest softly upon the mind tonight. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. The mouth was not given to repeat poverty. It was not given to strengthen fear. It was not given to close the doors of good with careless speech. The mouth was given to bless, to command under grace, to speak the word of faith, to call forth divine order, to name supply where fear has named lack, and to make a clear path in consciousness for wealth to appear in perfect ways. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. A treasury is a place where something precious is kept. It is not a place for rubbish. It is not a place for broken things to be stored without care. It is not a place where thieves are invited in. So it is with the mouth. If the mouth is a treasury, then the words placed there must be chosen with reverence. The word of faith belongs there. The word of prosperity belongs there. The word of blessing belongs there. The word under grace belongs there. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. Say it softly. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. Many have closed the purse first with speech before any outer condition appeared to close it. They have said, there is never enough. They have said, money goes as quickly as it comes. They have said, I cannot afford it. They have said, I am always behind. They have said, wealth is not for me. They have said these things lightly, at the table, in conversation, in tired moments, in secret thought, and yet every repeated word has a direction. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. I do not use my mouth to lock the gate of supply. I do not use my mouth to send money away. I do not use my mouth to curse my work. I do not use my mouth to belittle my worth. I do not use my mouth to deny the good that infinite spirit is ready to send. I do not use my mouth to name myself poor when divine supply is present. My spoken word blesses my wealth. Let this be quiet and firm. My spoken word blesses my wealth. The word may bless money before it arrives. The word may bless money while it is in the hand. The word may bless money as it goes forth to pay, to serve, to circulate, to meet a need, to open a door, to bless another. The word may bless the work that brings money. The word may bless the idea that becomes money. The word may bless the opportunity that carries money. The word may bless the channel without making the channel the source. My spoken word blesses my wealth. I speak as one supplied by infinite spirit. Say it gently, as though the body itself were learning a new posture. I speak as one supplied by infinite spirit, not as one begging at the door of circumstance, not as one trembling before a bill, not as one measuring the power of infinite spirit by the coin in the purse, not as one who thinks the visible appearance is the final authority. I speak as one supplied by infinite spirit, because infinite spirit is the source, and the source is never poor. I speak as one supplied by infinite spirit. When I speak as one supplied, my voice changes. It becomes peaceful. It stops bargaining with fear. It stops pleading with life. It stops making one person, one employer, one sale, one letter, one decision, one visible door the master of my good. It remembers that all channels are servants of infinite spirit, and divine supply knows the perfect way. My mouth no longer repeats lack. Let this sentence cleanse the night. My mouth no longer repeats lack. If lack has been spoken today, it is withdrawn. If fear has been named, it is withdrawn. If money has been cursed, the curse is withdrawn. If the purse has been called empty with despair, that word is withdrawn. If the future has been called hard, that word is withdrawn. If the self has been called unworthy, unlucky, incapable, or abandoned, that word is withdrawn. My mouth no longer repeats lack. This is not a command to become afraid of speech. I do not teach fear of the word. I teach mastery of the word. The person who fears the word becomes tense. The person who understands the word becomes free. The wand is not a burden when it is used rightly. It is a blessing. The mouth is not a trap when it is sanctified. It is a treasury. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. Tonight I ask you to hear the difference between a mouth of complaint and a mouth of blessing. The mouth of complaint says, life is against me. The mouth of blessing says, divine order is active now. The mouth of complaint says, money never stays. The mouth of blessing says, money is blessed and rightly circulated. The mouth of complaint says, I cannot. The mouth of blessing says, infinite spirit opens the perfect way. The mouth of complaint says, I am poor. The mouth of blessing says, I am supplied under grace. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. There is a great spiritual economy in speech. A word of lack spends the strength of the mind. A word of fear spends the peace of the heart. A word of complaint spends the joy of the spirit. But a word of faith deposits power. A word of blessing deposits peace. A word of divine supply deposits expectancy. A word under grace deposits order in consciousness. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. Place in the treasury only what belongs there. Place there the word, all is supplied. Place there the word, infinite spirit is my source. Place there the word, my good comes under grace. Place there the word, the perfect way opens. Place there the word, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. My spoken word blesses my wealth. Do not speak of money as though it were a wild thing that runs from you. Do not speak of money as though it were an enemy. Do not speak of money as though it were shameful to receive it or dangerous to hold it. Money is not your source, but money may be a blessed servant of divine supply. Money may come rightly. Money may go rightly. Money may serve rightly. Money may multiply under grace. Money may be used by infinite spirit to bless, sustain, restore, and free. My spoken word blesses my wealth. Bless money before speaking of it. Bless it before paying it. Bless it before receiving it. Bless it before saving it. Bless it before giving it. Bless it before expecting it. Bless it before sleeping. Say, money is blessed in my life. Money comes under grace. Money serves divine order. Money is rightly received and rightly used. Money flows in perfect ways. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. I speak as one supplied by infinite spirit. The old way speaks from the appearance. The new way speaks from the source. The old way says, I have only this. The new way says, infinite spirit is not limited to this. The old way says, this door is closed. The new way says, the right door opens under grace. The old way says, I do not see enough. The new way says, divine supply knows the way. I speak as one supplied by infinite spirit. This does not mean foolish speech. It does not mean careless spending. It does not mean denying right judgment. It means that even wisdom must not be spoken in the language of fear. You may choose not to spend without saying, I cannot afford it. You may say, this is not my appointed expenditure now. You may say, divine order directs my money wisely. You may say, the money for all that is mine by divine right comes under grace in perfect ways. You may say, I choose wisely and prosper. My mouth no longer repeats lack. The mouth must be trained as the hand is trained. The hand learns a craft by practice. The mouth learns prosperity by practice. At first, it may want to return to the old sentences. It may want to speak as it heard others speak. It may want to repeat the family sayings of limitation. It may want to complain because complaint feels familiar. But the soul says, no. My mouth is a treasury. I will not fill it with poverty words. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. Let the old sayings come to rest. Money is hard to get, is no longer my sentence. I never have enough, is no longer my sentence. I am always struggling, is no longer my sentence. Good things do not happen to me, is no longer my sentence. I cannot receive wealth, is no longer my sentence. I am unlucky with money, is no longer my sentence. My mouth no longer repeats lack. Now the new sentences enter the treasury. Divine supply is present. Infinite spirit is my source. Money comes to me under grace. My work is blessed and rewarded. My good comes in perfect ways. I am an excellent receiver of good. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. Before sleep, this becomes very important. The mouth may have spoken many things during the day. Some words were useful, some were unnecessary. Some may have been touched with worry, some may have been old habit. But now, at the gate of the night, the word can be cleansed. The mouth can bless the sleep. The mouth can bless the purse. The mouth can bless tomorrow. My spoken word blesses my wealth. Let us bless tonight. I bless the money that has come. I bless the money that is coming. I bless the money that goes forth rightly. I bless the money that returns multiplied under grace. I bless the work that brings increase. I bless the opportunities appointed by divine order. I bless the hands that receive and give. I bless the purse as a symbol of divine supply. I bless my wealth under grace in perfect ways. I speak as one supplied by infinite spirit. The word supplied is peaceful. It does not strain. It does not beg. It does not compare. It does not fear another's good. It does not say there is not enough for me because another has received. Infinite spirit is not divided into small portions. Divine supply is not exhausted by another's blessing. What belongs to you by divine right has its own road, its own channel, its own time, its own perfect way. I speak as one supplied by infinite spirit. Therefore I can bless the wealth of others. I do not curse it. I do not envy it. I do not call it unfair. I bless all right wealth, because blessing keeps my own heart open. I know that another's good cannot take my good. I know that supply is from infinite spirit. I know that envy is another form of lack speaking through the mouth. My mouth no longer repeats lack, even in the form of envy. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. If another prospers, I say, blessed be their good, and blessed be mine. If another receives, I say, divine supply is moving, and it moves for me also. If another door opens, I say, the right door opens for each under grace. If another's abundance appears, I say, there is no lack in infinite spirit. My spoken word blesses my wealth. This is the dignity of prosperity consciousness. It does not grasp, it does not curse, it does not shrink, it does not speak against itself. It does not use the mouth to count injuries. It uses the mouth to call divine order. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. Let the purse mean more than a little object that holds money. Let it mean the whole consciousness of receiving. Some close the purse with fear. Some close the purse with shame. Some close the purse with the words, I am not worthy. Some close the purse with resentment toward money. Some close the purse with the belief that poverty is noble. Some close the purse with constant complaint. Tonight, the purse is opened by the word of faith. I am safe to receive wealth. I receive under grace. I receive rightly. I receive gratefully. I receive generously. I receive what infinite spirit gives. My mouth no longer repeats lack. When a person repeats lack, the atmosphere of life becomes heavy. The room of the mind becomes filled with old smoke. The heart cannot easily see the door. But when a person speaks supply, blessing, and divine order, the atmosphere clears. It is as though a window opens. A new current moves through consciousness. Hope returns, not as frantic desire, but as quiet expectancy. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. Tonight, fill the treasury with golden words, not gold for display, gold as the symbol of divine value, words of value, words of faith, words that do not tarnish the mind, words that do not impoverish the heart, words that do not dishonor infinite spirit. My words turn into wealth under grace, in perfect ways. This is a golden word. Divine supply is present now. This is a golden word. The perfect way opens. This is a golden word. All that is mine by divine right comes to me under grace. This is a golden word. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. This is a golden word. All is supplied. This is a golden word. I speak as one supplied by infinite spirit. Do not let the old poverty voice speak the final word tonight. It may have spoken during the day, but it need not speak now. It may have sat at the table, but it need not enter the bed. It may have followed you for years, but it is not the law of your life. The old voice is dismissed under grace. My mouth no longer repeats lack. Now the mouth becomes a fountain of blessing. I bless my finances. I bless my income. I bless my work. I bless my opportunities. I bless my wisdom with money. I bless my right expenditures. I bless my receiving. I bless my giving. I bless the increase coming to me. I bless all my good under grace. My spoken word blesses my wealth. There is no need to speak much. A few words spoken truly are enough. A small key opens a large door. A short blessing may change the atmosphere of the whole night. A simple sentence, repeated in peace, may begin to undo years of fearful speech. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. Again, my mouth is a treasury of divine supply. Again, softer. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. Let this sentence correct the habit of complaint. When complaint rises, remember the treasury. When fear asks to speak, remember the treasury. When lack wants a place upon the tongue, remember the treasury. Do not place poverty in the treasury of your mouth. Place divine supply there. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. Again, I do not use my mouth to close my purse. Again, softer. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. The purse opens to blessing. The purse opens to wisdom. The purse opens to right circulation. The purse opens to divine supply. The purse opens under grace. My spoken word blesses my wealth. Say it over every coin, every bill, every account, every obligation, every hope, every door. My spoken word blesses my wealth. It blesses what is seen and what is unseen. It blesses money in the hand and money on the way. It blesses the idea that becomes income. It blesses the meeting that becomes opportunity. It blesses the service that becomes reward. It blesses the channel without making the channel God. Infinite Spirit is the source. I speak as one supplied by Infinite Spirit. Now let that phrase become the posture of sleep. I speak as one supplied by Infinite Spirit. I breathe as one supplied by Infinite Spirit. I rest as one supplied by Infinite Spirit. I sleep as one supplied by Infinite Spirit. I wake as one supplied by Infinite Spirit. My mouth no longer repeats lack. Let the body release the old speech. Some words are stored in the body as tension. The shoulders remember lack. The stomach remembers fear. The hands remember grasping. The face remembers worry. Speak blessing over the body now. Body, you are supplied with life. Mind, you are supplied with peace. Heart, you are supplied with faith. Hands, you are supplied with right use. Path, you are supplied with guidance. Purse, you are supplied under grace. Life, you are supplied by Infinite Spirit. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. The mouth that once repeated lack may now become the mouth that opens the way. The tongue that once trembled may now bless. The voice that once complained may now declare. The words that once closed the purse may now open the consciousness to receive. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. This is the central word. Let it return now. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, softer. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Now let the phrase flow into the others. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. My spoken word blesses my wealth. I speak as one supplied by Infinite Spirit. My mouth no longer repeats lack. Again, my mouth is a treasury of divine supply. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. My spoken word blesses my wealth. I speak as one supplied by Infinite Spirit. My mouth no longer repeats lack. Now slower. My mouth is a treasury. My purse remains open to supply. My word blesses wealth. I speak as supplied. Lack is no longer repeated. Let this become sleep-friendly now. Let the words become fewer. Let the mind stop analyzing. Let the heart simply receive the new order: treasury, supply, blessing, wealth, grace, perfect ways. Again, treasury, supply, blessing, wealth, grace, perfect ways. Now the mouth is quiet, but the command remains. Even in silence, the chosen word rests in consciousness. You do not have to speak aloud all night. You only need to place the right word at the gate of sleep. Let the treasury be sealed with faith. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. The treasury is not filled with complaint. The treasury is not filled with fear. The treasury is not filled with poverty words. The treasury is filled with blessing. The treasury is filled with faith. The treasury is filled with divine order. The treasury is filled with wealth under grace. I do not use my mouth to close my purse. The purse is blessed. The purse is open to divine supply. The purse is governed by wisdom. The purse is protected from fear. The purse receives and gives rightly. The purse is under grace. My spoken word blesses my wealth. My wealth is not greed. My wealth is not vanity. My wealth is not harm. My wealth is divine supply made visible. My wealth is useful. My wealth is peaceful. My wealth is generous. My wealth is under grace. I speak as one supplied by Infinite Spirit. Now sleep may receive this new way of speaking. The old complaint need not accompany you. The old money story need not sit beside the bed. The old family words of lack need not become the command of your night. Your mouth has been given a new office. It blesses, it opens, it directs, it calls, it gives thanks. My mouth no longer repeats lack. And if tomorrow you hear lack rise again, do not be troubled. Simply replace it. The training is gentle, the word is faithful, the wand is in your hand. Speak again from divine supply. Speak again under grace. Speak again as one supplied by infinite spirit. My words turn into wealth under grace, in perfect ways. Let that be the word that remains. My words turn into wealth under grace, in perfect ways. Again, my words turn into wealth under grace, in perfect ways. Now softer. My words turn into wealth, under grace, in perfect ways. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. My spoken word blesses my wealth. I speak as one supplied by infinite spirit. My mouth no longer repeats lack. All is supplied, all is under grace, all is moving in perfect ways. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. I no longer speak myself poor. Let that sentence move through the quiet of the night like a clean wind through an open room. I no longer speak myself poor. There are words that empty the heart before the purse is ever touched. There are words that close doors in consciousness before the hand reaches the handle. There are words that train the mind to expect less, receive less, and live beneath its divine inheritance. Many people speak them every day and call them practical. They speak them so often that the words seem innocent. But no word repeated with feeling is innocent. Every word has direction. Every word carries a command. Every word is a seed. I no longer speak myself poor. I do not say this with blame. I do not say it to make you afraid of every sentence that has passed your lips. The past is not here to condemn you. The past is here to be released under grace. If you have spoken lack, you may now speak supply. If you have spoken poverty, you may now speak wealth. If you have spoken fear over money, you may now speak divine order over money. The wand is in your hand tonight. My word is my wand. And tonight I will not lift the wand against my own good. Every word of lack is withdrawn. Say it softly. Every word of lack is withdrawn. The word I cannot afford it is withdrawn. The word money is hard is withdrawn. The word I never have enough is withdrawn. The word things are getting worse is withdrawn. The word I am always behind is withdrawn. The word there is no way is withdrawn. The word wealth is not for me is withdrawn. The word I am poor is withdrawn. Every word of lack is withdrawn. Do not pull these words out with violence. Withdraw them as one takes an old garment from the shoulders and lays it down. Withdraw them as one removes an old sign from a door and places a new one there. Withdraw them as one clears a table of yesterday's dust and prepares it for fresh bread. The old words may have been familiar, but familiarity is not truth. The old words may have been spoken by others before you, but inheritance is not destiny. The old words may have seemed supported by appearances, but appearances are not the law. I cancel the speech of poverty. Let this be a calm command. I cancel the speech of poverty, not the fact of wisdom, not the practice of right judgment, not the discipline of wise spending. I cancel the speech of poverty, the speech that binds, diminishes, closes, fears, curses, complains, and makes a permanent home in lack. I cancel the speech that says there is no door when infinite spirit has secret doors. I cancel the speech that says there is no way when divine intelligence knows perfect ways. I cancel the speech of poverty. The speech of poverty says, I cannot afford it, and shuts the mind like a gate. The speech of divine supply says, the money for all that is mine by divine right comes under grace in perfect ways. The speech of poverty says, money is hard, and prepares the way for hardness. The speech of divine supply says, money comes to me rightly, freely, and peacefully under grace. The speech of poverty says, I never have enough, and calls the old measure again. The speech of divine supply says, all is supplied by infinite spirit. I speak wealth under grace. Say it slowly. I speak wealth under grace, not with greed, not with vanity, not with fear, not with grasping, not with a desire to take another's good. I speak wealth under grace. I speak wealth that blesses all concerned. I speak wealth that is clean, useful, peaceful, and rightly circulated. I speak wealth as divine supply made visible. I speak wealth as the natural expression of infinite spirit through perfect ways. I speak wealth under grace. My words now agree with divine supply. Let that sentence become the new agreement of the night. My words now agree with divine supply. For too long, perhaps, the mouth agreed with lack, the mind agreed with shortage, the heart agreed with fear, the daily speech agreed with smallness, the inner voice agreed with old family stories, old failures, old limits, old disappointments. But tonight the agreement changes. Tonight the word agrees with infinite spirit. Tonight the mouth becomes a treasury. Tonight the old poverty sentence loses authority. My words now agree with divine supply. Now listen, gently, for the old sayings that may have lived in the rooms of memory. Money does not grow on trees. Withdraw it. We are not made of money. Withdraw it. Riches are for others. Withdraw it. It is always something. Withdraw it. I can never get ahead. Withdraw it. I must struggle for every coin. Withdraw it. The good comes and then something takes it away. Withdraw it. Every word of lack is withdrawn. These are not just sayings when they are believed. They become little laws in the personal mind. They become fences around receiving. They become locked cupboards in consciousness. They become the language of one who has forgotten that infinite spirit is the source, that the true law is higher. Divine supply is present. Infinite spirit is my source. My good comes under grace. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. The perfect way opens. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. I no longer speak myself poor. The mouth must not be used as a hammer against the purse. It must not be used as a lock upon the door. It must not be used to declare permanent lack over temporary appearance. It must not be used to crown fear as king. The mouth is a treasury of divine supply. The mouth is the place where the one speaks. The mouth is the place where the invisible receives direction. I cancel the speech of poverty. If the outer appearance says there is little, I do not answer, there is never enough. I answer, divine supply is present now. If a price appears beyond present use, I do not answer, I cannot afford it. I answer, this is under divine order, and what is mine by divine right comes in perfect ways. If a bill arrives, I do not answer, I am ruined. I answer, the money for every divine obligation comes under grace. If a delay appears, I do not answer, nothing works for me. I answer, divine timing is perfect, and the way is opening now. I speak wealth under grace. It is important to hear the difference. I do not speak foolishly. I do not deny wisdom. I do not tell you to spend without guidance. I do not tell you to pretend that a number is not before you. I tell you to stop making fear the interpreter of the number. I tell you to stop making lack the master of your speech. I tell you to stop calling the appearance final when divine order has not finished speaking. My words now agree with divine supply. When the word agrees with divine supply, the whole inner atmosphere changes. The shoulders begin to loosen around money. The heart begins to stop flinching when wealth is named. The mind begins to expect a way where it once expected defeat. The hands begin to open. The purse becomes not an emblem of terror, but a symbol of circulation under grace. I no longer speak myself poor. To speak oneself poor is to say, I am outside supply, when infinite spirit is the source. It is to say, my good cannot come, when the good that belongs by divine right cannot be lost. It is to say, only this channel can help me, when divine supply has infinite channels. It is to say, the door is closed, when the secret door may be opening silently. I no longer speak myself poor. Let the old word poor be replaced with supplied. I am supplied. Let the old word behind be replaced with restored. I am restored under grace. Let the old word hard be replaced with perfect ways. Money comes in perfect ways. Let the old word impossible be replaced with divine order. Divine order opens the way. Let the old word never be replaced with now. Divine supply is present now. Every word of lack is withdrawn. The old words may try to return because habit knows the old road. A cart that has rolled down one path many times leaves marks in the earth, but another path can be made. Another word can be spoken. Another command can be given. Tonight the old track is not followed into sleep. Tonight the word turns toward wealth. I cancel the speech of poverty. I cancel it over my mind. I cancel it over my mouth. I cancel it over my money. I cancel it over my work. I cancel it over my receiving. I cancel it over my future. I cancel it over my sleep. I cancel it under grace. Now I speak wealth. I speak wealth under grace. My words now agree with divine supply. Do not think that wealth is too large a word for your mouth. If infinite spirit is the source, wealth is not too large. Do not think prosperity is too great a word for your life. If divine order governs, prosperity is not too great. Do not think abundance belongs only to other people, other homes, other hands, other names. What belongs to you by divine right has your name written upon it in divine mind. I speak wealth under grace. I speak wealth that pays every divine obligation. I speak wealth that blesses my home. I speak wealth that rewards right service. I speak wealth that circulates freely and rightly. I speak wealth that comes through clean channels. I speak wealth that arrives in perfect ways. I speak wealth that brings peace, not fear. I speak wealth that is divine supply made visible. My words now agree with divine supply. Now let us gently correct the common phrases of poverty. I cannot afford it becomes divine supply provides for all that is mine by divine right. Say it softly. Divine supply provides for all that is mine by divine right. Money is hard becomes, money comes to me under grace in perfect ways. Say it softly. Money comes to me under grace in perfect ways. I never have enough becomes, all is supplied by infinite spirit. Say it softly. All is supplied by infinite spirit. Things are getting worse becomes, divine order is restoring all things now. Say it softly. Divine order is restoring all things now. I am always behind becomes, I am brought forward under grace into right timing, right supply, and right order. Say it softly. I am brought forward under grace into right timing, right supply, and right order. This is how the word changes the atmosphere. This is how the wand is lifted. This is how the mouth stops closing the purse. This is how wealth begins first as speech, then as feeling, then as expectation, then as visible form under grace. I no longer speak myself poor. If you have used humor to speak lack, withdraw it. Many speak against their own good in jest and then wonder why the jest has teeth. They say, I am broke as ever, and laugh. They say, money runs from me, and laugh. They say, I will never be rich, and laugh. But the unseen does not need a solemn voice to receive a command. A repeated joke may become a repeated instruction. Every word of lack is withdrawn. I do not laugh myself into poverty. I do not joke myself into limitation. I do not make light of my divine good. I do not mock my prosperity. I bless my fortune under grace. I speak wealth under grace. If you have complained to gain sympathy, withdraw it. Sympathy purchased by lack is too costly. There is a way to speak honestly without enthroning poverty. You may say, I am placing this matter under divine order. You may say, the right solution is being shown. You may say, the money for this comes under grace. You may say, I am guided in perfect ways. You do not need to parade lack before others to be seen by infinite spirit. I cancel the speech of poverty. The speech of poverty is not humility. Poverty words do not make the soul holy. Fear of wealth is not righteousness. Cursing money is not spirituality. Infinite spirit is not glorified by your speaking against divine supply. A blessed life, rightly ordered, generously lived, peacefully supplied, may be a greater witness to God's abundance than a mouthful of lack. My words now agree with divine supply. Let the mouth become reverent around money, not fearful, reverent. Money is not God, but money may serve God's order when rightly understood. Speak of it as blessed circulation. Speak of it as a servant, not a master. Speak of it as a channel, not the source. Speak of it as useful, not shameful. Speak of it as available under grace, not impossible. I speak wealth under grace. Now the night receives this correction. The old words are not allowed to follow you into sleep. The old poverty sentences stand outside the gate. They may not enter. The night is for the seed of wealth. The night is for the word under grace. The night is for the mouth to become a treasury of divine supply. I no longer speak myself poor. My mouth no longer repeats lack. My mouth blesses wealth. My mouth blesses money. My mouth blesses opportunity. My mouth blesses right work. My mouth blesses right receiving. My mouth blesses the good already given. My mouth blesses the greater good coming under grace. Every word of lack is withdrawn. Again. Every word of lack is withdrawn. Again. Softer. Every word of lack is withdrawn. Let it be withdrawn from the mind. Let it be withdrawn from the heart. Let it be withdrawn from the body. Let it be withdrawn from the purse. Let it be withdrawn from the memory. Let it be withdrawn from the future. Every word of lack is withdrawn. Now place the new word where the old one stood. Wealth, supply, grace, perfect ways, divine order. All is supplied. Money comes rightly. My words turn into wealth. I speak wealth under grace. The words need not be many. They need to be faithful. A single sentence spoken with peace can undo much noise. A single blessing before sleep can begin to purify the atmosphere of money. A single correction repeated gently can train the deeper mind to expect divine supply instead of lack. My words now agree with divine supply. This agreement is important. Do not make the mouth say wealth while the heart clings violently to fear. Soften first. Release the burden. Bless the money that has come. Bless the money that is coming. Bless what has been paid. Bless what will be paid. Bless the channel, but release it. Bless the need, but place it under grace. Then speak. I speak wealth under grace, not wealth must come this way, but wealth comes through perfect ways, not this person must supply me, but infinite spirit is my source, not I am desperate, but I am guided, supplied, and sustained, not I do not know how, but Divine intelligence knows the way, not I am poor, but I am supplied under grace. I no longer speak myself poor. Let the word poor lose its attraction. Do not let it become a name you answer to. Do not let it become a garment you wear in thought. Do not let it become a story told over and over until the soul accepts it as identity. You may have experienced shortage, but you are not shortage. You may have seen delay, but you are not delay. You may have feared lack, but you are not lack. Your true identity is not poverty. Your true source is infinite spirit. Your true law is divine order. Your true way is under grace. I speak wealth under grace. If the mind objects and says, but the facts, answer, the facts are not the source. If the mind says, but the numbers, answer, the numbers are under divine order. If the mind says, but the past, answer, the past has no final word. If the mind says, but I have always struggled, answer, the old word is withdrawn. If the mind says, but I am afraid, answer, I speak wealth under grace. I cancel the speech of poverty. Cancel it softly. Cancel it completely. Cancel it without shame. Cancel it without fear. Cancel it because your word is your wand. Cancel it because the night receives the final command. Cancel it because divine supply deserves your agreement. Cancel it because your mouth is no longer a place of complaint. I cancel the speech of poverty. Now let the replacement words become familiar. I am supplied. My good comes. Money is blessed. The way opens. Divine supply is present. Infinite spirit is my source. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, I am supplied. My good comes. Money is blessed. The way opens. Divine supply is present. Infinite spirit is my source. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Now slower. Supplied. Good comes. Money blessed. Way opens. Supply present. Spirit is source. Words become wealth under grace in perfect ways. This is not a forced march of affirmation. It is a gentle re-education of the soul. The mouth is learning not to betray prosperity. The mind is learning not to call lack final. The heart is learning not to tremble before money. The body is learning that the word wealth may be peaceful. I speak wealth under grace. Wealth under grace is safe. Wealth under grace is clean. Wealth under grace is generous. Wealth under grace is useful. Wealth under grace is right. Wealth under grace is peaceful. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Wealth under grace is divine supply made visible. My words now agree with divine supply. If there is a debt, do not speak poverty over it. Say, this obligation is under divine order, and the money to meet it comes under grace. If there is a desire, do not speak impossibility over it. Say, if this is mine by divine right, it comes in perfect ways. If there is a need, do not speak panic over it. Say, my need is met by infinite spirit. If there is a delay, do not speak defeat over it. Say, divine timing is perfect. I no longer speak myself poor. A poor word is any word that denies the source. A poor word is any word that makes lack greater than infinite spirit. A poor word is any word that closes the door before divine order has spoken. A poor word is any word that names you outside your good. A poor word is any word that makes fear the final judge. Every poor word is withdrawn. Every lack word is withdrawn. Every fear word about money is withdrawn. Every word of unworthiness is withdrawn. Every word of permanent struggle is withdrawn. Every word of closed supply is withdrawn. Every word against my wealth is withdrawn. My words now agree with divine supply. Now speak the new agreement over yourself. I agree with divine supply. I agree with prosperity under grace. I agree with money in perfect ways. I agree with right increase. I agree with generous receiving. I agree with wise giving. I agree with blessed circulation. I agree with infinite spirit as my source. I agree with wealth under grace. I speak wealth under grace. Let the old poverty speech dissolve like mist before the morning. It was never a permanent wall. It was a repeated instruction, and instructions can be changed. It was a habit, and habits can be replaced. It was a story, and stories can be rewritten under grace. I no longer speak myself poor. The night is listening for the new story now. Give it a clear one. I am supplied by infinite spirit. Money comes to me under grace in perfect ways. My work is blessed and richly rewarded. My ideas are valuable. My hands receive and give wisely. My good comes through right channels. All that belongs to me by divine right comes now under grace. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. I do not sleep speaking lack. Now let the phrase come back to the center. I no longer speak myself poor. Every word of lack is withdrawn. I cancel the speech of poverty. I speak wealth under grace. My words now agree with divine supply. Again, I no longer speak myself poor. Every word of lack is withdrawn. I cancel the speech of poverty. I speak wealth under grace. My words now agree with divine supply. Now softer, I do not speak myself poor. Lack is withdrawn. Poverty speech is cancelled. I speak wealth. My words agree with supply. Let the word supply be capitalized in the heart. Divine supply, infinite supply, holy supply, supply not limited by one road, one purse, one person, one market, one condition, or one past experience. Supply from infinite spirit, shaped by divine order, delivered through perfect ways, received under grace. My words now agree with divine supply. The old agreement is ended. The agreement with lack is ended. The agreement with fear is ended. The agreement with struggle is ended. The agreement with unworthiness is ended. The agreement with delay as final is ended. The agreement with poverty speech is ended. A new agreement is made. My words agree with divine supply. I speak wealth under grace. Now the body may rest under a richer word. The mind may stop repeating poverty at the pillow. The heart may stop calling lack by name. The mouth may become quiet. But its last command is no longer fear. I no longer speak myself poor. I no longer speak my purse closed. I no longer speak my doors shut. I no longer speak my good away. I no longer speak myself outside prosperity. I no longer speak against my divine inheritance. I speak wealth under grace. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Let that be the night's instruction. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, softer. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Now slower. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Every word of lack is withdrawn. The mouth is cleansed. The mind is corrected. The heart is reassured. The purse is blessed. The path is opened. The word is spoken. Divine supply receives it. I cancel the speech of poverty. I speak wealth under grace. My words now agree with divine supply. All is supplied. All is under grace. All is moving in perfect ways. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. Every sentence is an instruction to the unseen. Let this be known peacefully tonight, not with fear, but with reverence. Every sentence is an instruction to the unseen. The spoken word does not fall uselessly into the air. It does not vanish because the room is quiet. It does not become nothing because no human ear replies. The word goes forth. The word enters consciousness. The word gives direction. The word becomes a messenger, and the unseen receives the message. The unseen receives the word I speak. Say it softly. The unseen receives the word I speak. This is why I ask you to become gentle and exact with your language before sleep. Not tense, not afraid, not watching each thought as an enemy, but awake in spirit. A person who knows the value of a precious letter does not throw it carelessly into the street. A person who knows the value of a key does not treat it as useless metal. A person who knows the power of a seed does not despise it because it is small. Your word is a letter to the unseen. Your word is a key in the door. Your word is a seed in the field. Your word is your wand. Every sentence is an instruction to the unseen. If the sentence is, there is no way, the unseen receives the instruction of no way. If the sentence is, money is hard, the unseen receives the instruction of hardness. If the sentence is, I never have enough, the unseen receives the instruction of insufficiency. If the sentence is, I am always behind, the unseen receives the instruction of delay. But if the sentence is, the perfect way opens under grace, then another instruction is given. If the sentence is, divine supply is present now, the unseen receives a word of supply. If the sentence is, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways, the unseen receives a word of wealth. I give divine supply a word of faith. Let that sentence settle gently. I give divine supply a word of faith. I do not give divine supply a word of fear, and then wonder why my heart is troubled. I do not give divine supply a word of poverty, and then wonder why the old story repeats. I do not give divine supply a word of doubt, and then ask why the door seems dim. I give divine supply a word of faith. I give it a clean word, a calm word, a word spoken under grace, a word that agrees with infinite spirit. I give divine supply a word of faith. The word of faith does not beg, it does not strain, it does not cry out as though infinite spirit were far away. It does not demand one channel. It does not insist upon one human method. It does not tremble before one appearance. The word of faith says, infinite spirit is the source, divine order is the law, grace is the way, perfect ways are open to me now. My words instruct my world under grace. Say it slowly. My words instruct my world under grace, not under fear, not under personal will, not under panic, not under greed, under grace. My words instruct my world under grace, and therefore they bless all concerned. They do not take from another, they do not force another soul. They do not dishonor divine law. They bring my consciousness into agreement with good, and the world begins to answer according to divine order. My words instruct my world under grace. This is responsibility, but it is not pressure. It is power, but it is not harshness. It is authority, but it is not arrogance. It is the quiet authority of one who understands that speech is creative. It is the dignity of one who will no longer let fear use the mouth. It is the calm discipline of one who has remembered the wand. I speak the order of wealth. Let this be said with peace. I speak the order of wealth. I do not speak the disorder of lack. I do not speak the confusion of poverty. I do not speak the old command of struggle. I speak the order of wealth. Wealth under grace is orderly. Wealth under grace comes by right channels. Wealth under grace is clean, peaceful, useful, generous, and divinely appointed. Wealth under grace is divine supply made visible. I speak the order of wealth. When the house of thought is filled with poverty words, there is disorder in consciousness. The mind runs from one fear to another. The heart expects shortage. The body tightens at the mention of money. The mouth repeats the old sentences. The purse becomes a symbol of anxiety. But when the word changes, divine order begins to enter. One calm sentence becomes a broom in the room of thought. One blessing becomes a lamp. One affirmation under grace becomes a key. Every sentence is an instruction to the unseen. Therefore, let the instruction be clear. Do not instruct the unseen in defeat. Do not instruct the unseen in poverty. Do not instruct the unseen in permanent delay. Do not instruct the unseen in closed doors. Do not instruct the unseen in fear of money. Do not instruct the unseen in unworthiness. Instruct the unseen in divine supply. Instruct the unseen in wealth under grace. Instruct the unseen in perfect ways. Instruct the unseen in right receiving. Instruct the unseen in blessed circulation. Instruct the unseen in prosperity consciousness. The unseen receives the word I speak. Now consider the old instruction. I cannot afford it. It may seem like a small sentence, but it is an instruction. It says to the unseen, close this door in my consciousness. Let me feel separate from good. Let me believe that the source is limited. Tonight, that instruction is withdrawn. I do not say I cannot afford it. I say divine supply provides for all that is mine by divine right. The unseen receives the word I speak. Consider the old instruction. Money is hard. It may seem to be only a report, but it is an instruction. It tells the unseen to prepare hardness, to repeat struggle, to arrange the atmosphere of effort without grace. Tonight, that instruction is withdrawn. I do not say money is hard. I say money comes to me under grace in perfect ways. The unseen receives the word I speak. Consider the old instruction. I never have enough. It may feel familiar, but it is an instruction to continue measuring life by insufficiency. Tonight, that instruction is withdrawn. I do not say I never have enough. I say all is supplied by infinite spirit. The unseen receives the word I speak. Consider the old instruction, I am always behind. It may feel true to the anxious mind, but it is an instruction to remain behind. Tonight, that instruction is withdrawn. I do not say, I am always behind. I say divine order brings me forward in perfect timing. The unseen receives the word I speak. Consider the old instruction, things are getting worse. It may arise when the day has been difficult, but it is an instruction to expect decline. Tonight, that instruction is withdrawn. I do not say, things are getting worse. I say divine order is restoring all things now under grace. I give divine supply a word of faith. The spoken word is a command sent into consciousness. If the command is confused, the consciousness becomes confused. If the command is fearful, the heart expects fear. If the command is poor, the mind looks for poverty. But if the command is faithful, the unseen receives faith. If the command is rich in divine truth, the unseen receives wealth. If the command is under grace, the way is protected from harm and guided by infinite spirit. My words instruct my world under grace. This is why I do not speak carelessly of my future. I do not say nothing good is coming. I say, my good comes under grace in perfect ways. I do not say tomorrow will be difficult. I say tomorrow is under divine order. I do not say I will always struggle. I say the old struggle is finished under grace. I do not say I am unlucky. I say I am divinely guided, divinely supplied, and divinely appointed. I speak the order of wealth. Wealth needs order in consciousness. The word must not be scattered. The heart must not speak wealth with one breath and lack with the next. The mouth must not bless divine supply before sleep and curse money at dawn. The word must begin to stand steadily in the mind like a straight road through the field. I speak the order of wealth. Money is blessed. Money is rightly circulated. Money comes under grace. Money goes under grace. Money returns in perfect ways. Money serves divine order. Money is not my source. Infinite Spirit is my source. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Every sentence is an instruction to the unseen. Let the instruction now be gentle, but firm. I am supplied. I am guided. I am open to receive. I am wise with money. I am blessed in my work. I am blessed in my giving. I am blessed in my receiving. I am blessed in my increase. I am blessed under grace. The unseen receives the word I speak. Do not think the unseen is far away. The unseen is the inner side of the visible. The visible is often the last page of a letter written first in consciousness. The outer circumstance is often the final expression of the accepted word. Therefore, if you wish another expression, begin with another instruction. Speak another word. Plant another seed. Send another messenger. I give divine supply a word of faith. There is no need to speak many words tonight. A single true instruction may be enough. Before sleep, the mind needs simplicity. It needs a command that can enter rest without argument. It needs a phrase like a sealed letter placed in the hands of a faithful messenger. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. That is an instruction. All is supplied by infinite spirit. That is an instruction. The perfect way opens. That is an instruction. Money comes to me under grace. That is an instruction. I speak the order of wealth. That is an instruction. My words instruct my world under grace. When I speak under grace, I release the harshness of the human will. I do not say, it must come through this person. I do not say, it must arrive by this hour. I do not say, this door must open, or I am lost. I say, this or something better, under grace, in perfect ways. I say, infinite spirit knows the channel. I say, divine supply knows the road. My words instruct my world under grace. The phrase under grace is a safeguard. It keeps the word clean. It keeps the desire from becoming grasping. It keeps the command from becoming force. It keeps wealth from becoming greed. It keeps receiving aligned with blessing. It places the whole matter in the hands of infinite spirit. I speak the order of wealth under grace. Now let us give the unseen a clear order, not an anxious one. All words of poverty are withdrawn. All fear around money is released. All shame around receiving is dissolved. All doors appointed by divine order open. All channels selected by infinite spirit are blessed. All money that belongs to me by divine right comes under grace. All wealth that blesses all concerned takes form in perfect ways. I speak the order of wealth. The unseen receives the word I speak. Again, the unseen receives the word I speak. Again, softer. The unseen receives the word I speak. Let the body rest in that. The body does not need to force the unseen. The shoulders do not need to carry the word after it is spoken. The hands do not need to hold the channel. The eyes do not need to stay open to watch the result. The word has gone forth. The unseen receives it. Divine order works while you rest. Every sentence is an instruction to the unseen. So before sleep, let the final instruction be faith, not, I am afraid, but, I am safe in divine supply, not, I have no way, but, infinite spirit knows the perfect way, not, I am poor, but, I am supplied under grace, not, money avoids me, but, money comes to me rightly, richly, and peacefully, not, I cannot receive, but, I am an excellent receiver of good. I give divine supply a word of faith. The word of faith must be allowed to stand. After giving the unseen an instruction, do not immediately send another instruction to oppose it. Do not say, my words turn into wealth, and then say, but nothing will happen. Do not say, divine supply is present, and then say, but I am always lacking. Do not say, the perfect way opens, and then say, but there is no way. That is like sending two messengers in opposite directions. Let the word be one. My words now agree with divine supply. My words instruct my world under grace. I speak the order of wealth. This order begins within. It begins in the little inner sentences that no one hears. It begins in the phrases spoken over breakfast, over letters, over work, over accounts, over decisions, over desire. It begins in the sentence chosen when a need appears. It begins in the words selected when fear tries to speak. It begins in the language of the heart before sleep. Every sentence is an instruction to the unseen. The day may have instructed fear. The night will instruct faith. The day may have instructed lack. The night will instruct wealth. The day may have instructed worry. The night will instruct divine order. The day may have instructed delay. The night will instruct perfect timing. The day may have instructed smallness. The night will instruct increase under grace. I give divine supply a word of faith. Now speak to divine supply as present, not far away. Divine supply is present. Divine supply is active. Divine supply is intelligent. Divine supply is orderly. Divine supply is generous. Divine supply knows the way. Divine supply answers the word of faith. Divine supply takes form under grace. I speak the order of wealth. Let this order be quiet. The order of wealth is not a noisy marketplace in the mind. It is not grasping. It is not fear wearing fine clothing. It is not restless ambition. The order of wealth is peaceful. It pays what must be paid. It receives what must be received. It gives what must be given. It saves what must be saved. It invests attention in right action. It blesses circulation. It honors divine source. I speak the order of wealth. My money is under divine order. My work is under divine order. My receiving is under divine order. My giving is under divine order. My spending is under divine order. My saving is under divine order. My increase is under divine order. My future is under divine order. My words instruct my world under grace. This sentence should not make you afraid of speech. It should make you aware of speech. There is a great difference. Fear says, "What if I say the wrong thing?" Awareness says, "I may now choose the right thing." Fear says, "I must control every thought." Awareness says, "I will choose the ruling word." Fear says, "I am in danger." Awareness says, "My word is my wand, and I may bless. My words instruct my world under grace." If an old word slips out, do not punish yourself. Withdraw it, replace it, bless the mouth, bless the mind, speak again. The correction is simple. That word is withdrawn. The word of lack is withdrawn. The word of fear is withdrawn. Now I speak wealth under grace. Now my words agree with divine supply. Now the unseen receives a new instruction. The unseen receives the word I speak. Now let the word become slower. Every sentence is an instruction to the unseen. The unseen receives the word I speak. I give divine supply a word of faith. My words instruct my world under grace. I speak the order of wealth. Again, every sentence is an instruction to the unseen. The unseen receives the word I speak. I give divine supply a word of faith. My words instruct my world under grace. I speak the order of wealth. Now softer. Every sentence instructs. The unseen receives. I give faith to supply. My words work under grace. I speak wealth. Let the heart become peaceful around responsibility. You are not being asked to carry the universe. You are being invited to stop carrying old poverty words. You are not being asked to force wealth. You are being invited to speak wealth under grace. You are not being asked to control every channel. You are being invited to trust infinite spirit as the source. I give divine supply a word of faith. The word of faith may be as simple as, "All is supplied." Say it softly. All is supplied. The word of faith may be, "The way opens." Say it softly. The way opens. The word of faith may be, "Money comes under grace." Say it softly. Money comes under grace. The word of faith may be, "My words turn into wealth." Say it softly. My words turn into wealth. The word of faith may be, "I sleep in divine supply." Say it softly. I sleep in divine supply. The unseen receives the word I speak. Now let the unseen receive only what you are willing to meet again. Do you wish to meet more fear? Then do not send fear. Do you wish to meet more lack? Then do not send lack. Do you wish to meet more closed doors? Then do not name closed doors as final. Send the word you desire to meet. Send supply. Send wealth. Send divine order. Send perfect ways. Send peace. I speak the order of wealth. I speak increase, not decrease. I speak circulation, not stagnation. I speak receiving, not refusal. I speak wisdom, not fear. I speak supply, not lack. I speak restoration, not ruin. I speak divine order, not confusion. I speak wealth under grace. My words instruct my world under grace. A world instructed by fear feels narrow. A world instructed by faith begins to open. A world instructed by lack repeats old limits. A world instructed by divine supply begins to show new channels. A world instructed by complaint feels heavy. A world instructed by blessing becomes lighter. Bless your world with your word. Bless the room. Bless the bed. Bless the purse. Bless the work. Bless the money. Bless the need. Bless the future. Bless the unseen way. Bless the wealth that comes under grace. Every sentence is an instruction to the unseen. This is why blessing is not ornamental. Blessing is instruction. When I bless money, I instruct consciousness to stop fearing money. When I bless my work, I instruct consciousness to recognize value. When I bless my receiving, I instruct consciousness to open the hands. When I bless the future, I instruct consciousness to expect good. When I bless the unseen way, I instruct consciousness to trust divine order. I give divine supply a word of faith. Now bless your wealth before it is fully visible. My wealth is blessed under grace. My money is blessed under grace. My increase is blessed under grace. My receiving is blessed under grace. My giving is blessed under grace. My prosperity is blessed under grace. My future is blessed under grace. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. The unseen receives the word I speak. It receives the blessing. It receives the faith. It receives the order. It receives the instruction. It receives the new command. The old command is no longer final. I cancel the speech of poverty. Every word of lack is withdrawn. My mouth no longer repeats lack. I speak the order of wealth. Now do not dig up the instruction with worry. Once the word has been given, let it rest in the unseen. Do not call it back. Do not say, will it work? Do not say, was it enough? Do not say, but what about tomorrow? The instruction has been given under grace. Let divine order answer. My words instruct my world under grace. The word is spoken, the unseen receives, divine supply moves, the perfect way opens, the body rests, the mind quiets, the heart trusts. I sleep in faith. Let the instruction become even simpler now. Supply, wealth, grace, perfect ways, divine order, all is supplied. Again, supply, wealth, grace, perfect ways, divine order, all is supplied. Now place the central sentence once more at the gate of sleep. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Again, softer. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Every sentence is an instruction to the unseen, so my final sentence is faith. The unseen receives the word I speak, so my final word is supply. I give divine supply a word of faith, so my final command is wealth under grace. My words instruct my world under grace, so my world is instructed in divine order. I speak the order of wealth, so wealth takes form in perfect ways. All is supplied, all is under grace, all is moving in divine order. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. I withdraw the old money story. Let that sentence move through the quiet of the night like a hand gently closing an old book. I withdraw the old money story. There are stories about money that many have carried without knowing when they first picked them up. They were heard in childhood, spoken across tables, whispered in troubled rooms, repeated by tired voices, handed down through fear, disappointment, effort, and old necessity. They may have been spoken by good people, earnest people, loving people, people who did the best they knew. But a story may be inherited and still not be the truth. A sentence may be familiar and still not be divine law. I withdraw the old money story. I do not fight the past. I bless it and release it. I do not blame those who spoke from fear, for perhaps fear was all they had been taught. I do not condemn the household where lack was named often. I do not accuse the hands that worked hard and still trembled over money. I do not turn my heart against those who said, we cannot, there is never enough, money does not grow, or rich people are different. I simply recognize that those words are not my master. I am not bound by inherited lack. Say it softly, I am not bound by inherited lack. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. Let that be spoken with peace. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. They may have once shaped the atmosphere around you. They may have once colored the way you looked at money. They may have once made wealth seem distant, dangerous, shameful, or impossible. They may have once taught the heart to expect shortage before it expected supply. But tonight, under grace, those words lose their authority. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. The word money does not grow is withdrawn. The word we cannot is withdrawn. The word there is never enough is withdrawn. The word people like us do not prosper is withdrawn. The word money is only for others is withdrawn. The word wealth changes people for the worse is withdrawn. The word to have more is to be selfish is withdrawn. The word struggle is my inheritance is withdrawn. I withdraw the old money story. There is no harshness in this withdrawal. You do not tear it away from the roots with anger. You do not deny the life that came before you. You do not dishonor those who survived with little. You bless their strength. You bless their endurance. You bless every meal that appeared, every coin that served, every sacrifice made, every effort given, every prayer spoken in sincerity. And then you say, I thank the past for what it gave, but I do not carry its lack into my future. I am not bound by inherited lack. The soul is free to receive a new word. The mouth is free to speak a new sentence. The heart is free to expect divine supply. The mind is free to stop rehearsing old scarcity as though it were sacred law. The old story may have been loud, but infinite spirit is greater. The old story may have been repeated many times, but one word under grace begins to open the way. I speak a new word of wealth. Say it gently. I speak a new word of wealth, not a greedy word, not a boastful word, not a word that rejects wisdom, humility, or kindness. A new word of wealth under grace. A word that says divine supply is present. A word that says money comes rightly and peacefully. A word that says my good comes in perfect ways. A word that says I am safe to receive. A word that says my prosperity blesses all concerned. I speak a new word of wealth. My financial story is rewritten under grace. Let this sentence become like fresh paper placed before the soul. My financial story is rewritten under grace. The old page may have said, there is never enough. The new page says, all is supplied by infinite spirit. The old page may have said, money comes with fear. The new page says, money comes under grace in perfect ways. The old page may have said, wealth is not for me. The new page says, what belongs to me by divine right cannot be lost or withheld. The old page may have said, I must struggle for every coin. The new page says, divine order brings right work, right reward, right supply, and right increase. My financial story is rewritten under grace. Tonight, the pen is taken from the hand of fear and placed in the hand of faith. The story is no longer written by old sayings. It is no longer written by the worried tone of another generation. It is no longer written by the memory of shortage. It is no longer written by the anxious glance at the purse. It is written now under grace, by the word aligned with infinite spirit. I withdraw the old money story. Perhaps the old story began with the sentence, we cannot. A little child hears this and thinks it is a law. We cannot go. We cannot have. We cannot choose. We cannot expect. We cannot receive. We cannot rise. And the word cannot becomes a wall in consciousness. But tonight that wall is not eternal. It was made of words, and words can be changed. We cannot is withdrawn. Infinite spirit can. Divine supply can. The perfect way can open. My good can come. The right channel can appear. Money can come under grace. Wealth can take form in perfect ways. I speak a new word of wealth. Perhaps the old story began with the sentence, there is never enough. A family may have spoken it over meals, over clothing, over coal, over rent, over work, over every small need. And the child may have learned to look at life through the narrow window of not enough. But tonight, that window opens. The soul is not required to see through it forever. There is never enough is withdrawn. There is enough in infinite spirit. There is enough wisdom. There is enough supply. There is enough opportunity. There is enough right action. There is enough divine order. There is enough for my good and for the good of all concerned. All is supplied under grace. I am not bound by inherited lack. Perhaps the old story said, money does not grow. Yet divine supply has never been limited to one visible form. The earth brings forth grain from a seed, fruit from a branch, flowers from hidden roots, and a harvest from what once seemed small. Infinite spirit has secret ways of increase. Money may not grow in the manner fear mocks, but supply grows in consciousness, in ideas, in work, in right channels, in divine appointments, in perfect ways. Money does not grow, is withdrawn. My supply grows under grace. My wealth grows under grace. My right ideas grow under grace. My receiving grows under grace. My prosperity grows under grace. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. Perhaps the old story said, rich people are different. It may have meant they are not like us. It may have meant they are distant. It may have meant they have some secret right that we do not have. It may have made wealth seem like a far country where the soul was not permitted to enter. But infinite spirit does not divide supply by old family sentences. Divine supply belongs to consciousness awakened under grace. Rich people are different is withdrawn. I am not outside divine supply. I am not outside prosperity. I am not outside the right use of money. I am not outside wealth under grace. I am not outside infinite spirit's good. I am a receiver of divine supply. I speak a new word of wealth. This new word is not rebellion against the past. It is release. It is the soul saying, the poverty of yesterday is not the law of tomorrow. It is the mouth saying, I will not repeat what once wounded the purse. It is the heart saying, I can honor the past without copying its fear. It is the mind saying, the old story ends under grace. My financial story is rewritten under grace. Let this rewriting be calm. Do not make haste in fear. The old story may have many pages, but you do not need to read them all tonight. Begin with one new sentence. Begin with one clean word. Begin with the phrase that opens the door. My words turn into wealth under grace, in perfect ways. This is a new sentence. Infinite Spirit is my source. This is a new sentence. All is supplied. This is a new sentence. Money comes to me rightly and peacefully. This is a new sentence. I receive wealth under grace. This is a new sentence. I am not bound by inherited lack. This is a new sentence. I withdraw the old money story. Now let the old voices grow quieter. If you hear them inwardly, do not hate them. They were often frightened voices. They were trying to protect themselves with smallness. They believed fear was wisdom. They believed limitation was safety. Bless them, but do not obey them. I bless the voices of the past and release them. I bless the households of the past and release them. I bless the struggles of the past and release them. I bless the lessons of the past and release them. I bless the survival of the past and release it. I do not carry inherited lack into my sleep. I am not bound by inherited lack. The night is a sacred place for rewriting. The outer world is quiet. The old conversations are not happening now. The table where fear was spoken is far away now. The voices of limitation do not need to be invited to the pillow. The night may receive a new financial story, spoken under grace. My financial story is rewritten under grace. The new story says, I am supplied by infinite spirit. The new story says, my mouth is a treasury of divine supply. The new story says, I do not use my words to close my purse. The new story says, every word of lack is withdrawn. The new story says, I speak wealth under grace. The new story says, my good comes in perfect ways. The new story says, all is supplied. I speak a new word of wealth. Let the body feel safe with this new story. Sometimes the body has been loyal to the old fear. It has tightened around money because money was once spoken of with anxiety. It has braced before receiving because receiving once felt uncertain. It has shrunk at the word wealth because wealth once sounded impossible. Speak gently to the body now. Body, you are not bound by inherited lack. Mind, you are not bound by inherited lack. Heart, you are not bound by inherited lack. Hands, you are not bound by inherited lack. Mouth, you are not bound by inherited lack. Purse, you are not bound by inherited lack. Life, you are not bound by inherited lack. All is under grace. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. Let this sentence become like a door closing softly behind you. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. The sentence once spoken by another has no power over me. The fear once felt by another has no power over me. The limitation once accepted by another has no power over me. The struggle once believed permanent has no power over me. The old family expectation of lack has no power over me. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. Only the word I now accept has power in my consciousness. And tonight, I accept the word of divine supply. I accept the word of wealth under grace. I accept the word of perfect ways. I accept the word of right receiving. I accept the word of blessed circulation. I accept the word of all is supplied. I speak a new word of wealth. This new word may feel unfamiliar. Let it be unfamiliar. New freedom often feels unfamiliar at first. A person who has lived long in a small room may feel strange when the door opens. A person who has heard no for many years may tremble when saying yes. A person who has repeated lack may feel shy when speaking wealth. Be gentle. The soul is learning a wider language. I speak a new word of wealth. The new word is, I prosper under grace. The new word is, divine supply is present now. The new word is, my wealth blesses all concerned. The new word is, the right money comes through the right channels. The new word is, I am divinely guided in money. The new word is, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. My financial story is rewritten under grace. Now imagine the old story as a ledger closed for the night. Its pages may contain fear, struggle, tightness, delayed money, anxious figures, inherited sayings, and old expectations. Do not continue writing in that ledger. Close it, place it aside. Open a new one. At the top of the new page, write in the heart, divine supply, under grace, in perfect ways. Then write, I am supplied by infinite spirit. Then write, my word is my wand. Then write, my words turn into wealth. Then write, all is supplied. This is the new ledger of consciousness. My financial story is rewritten under grace. The past may have taught you to count what was missing. Grace teaches you to bless what is present. The past may have taught you to expect shortage. Divine order teaches you to expect the perfect way. The past may have taught you to fear wealth. Infinite Spirit teaches you to receive wealth rightly. The past may have taught you that money was always a battle. The word under grace teaches you that money may be blessed, ordered, circulated, received, and used in peace. I withdraw the old money story. If the old story says our family never prospered, answer, I bless my family, and release inherited lack. If the old story says money always brings worry, answer, money is under divine order in my life. If the old story says, I must live small to be safe, answer, I am safe to receive divine supply. If the old story says, it is wrong to desire wealth, answer, wealth under grace blesses all concerned. If the old story says, this is how it has always been, answer, my financial story is rewritten under grace. I am not bound by inherited lack. Let this be repeated until the heart believes it. I am not bound by inherited lack. Again, I am not bound by inherited lack. Again, softer. I am not bound by inherited lack, not bound by yesterday, not bound by another's fear, not bound by old sayings, not bound by family limitation, not bound by childhood lack, not bound by past accounts, not bound by old expectation. I am free under grace. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. Now let us bless the past without remaining in it. I bless every ancestor who struggled. I bless every parent who worried. I bless every house where money was feared. I bless every table where lack was spoken. I bless every hand that worked hard. I bless every heart that wanted more but did not know how to speak it. I bless them all under grace, and I go free. I speak a new word of wealth. This is important. You do not become free by hating the past. Hatred binds, blessing releases. You do not rise by condemning those who did not rise. Condemnation keeps the old story alive. You rise by speaking the new word with love. You rise by refusing to repeat fear. You rise by letting divine supply be made visible in your life without shame. My financial story is rewritten under grace. In the new story, money is not a terror. Money is a blessed servant. In the new story, wealth is not guilt. Wealth is divine supply expressed. In the new story, receiving is not wrong. Receiving is holy when it is under grace. In the new story, giving is not loss. Giving is blessed circulation. In the new story, work is not punishment. Work is right service rewarded. In the new story, prosperity is not far away. Prosperity begins in the words spoken now. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. The old story may have said that money was always leaving. The new story says money circulates in divine order. The old story may have said that good things end. The new story says my good is established under grace. The old story may have said that every gain is followed by loss. The new story says every blessing is protected by divine law. The old story may have said that life is a struggle. The new story says life responds to the words spoken under grace. I withdraw the old money story, withdraw it from the mind, withdraw it from the mouth, withdraw it from the heart, withdraw it from the body, withdraw it from the purse, withdraw it from the future, withdraw it from sleep, withdraw it under grace. I speak a new word of wealth. Now let the new word enter the night. My wealth is under grace. My money is under grace. My receiving is under grace. My giving is under grace. My work is under grace. My opportunities are under grace. My family story is under grace. My financial future is under grace. All is under grace. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. The past may knock, but it does not enter. The old sentence may appear, but it is not accepted. The old fear may rise, but it is not crowned. The old limitation may whisper, but it is not the final word. The final word is wealth under grace. The final word is divine supply. The final word is all is supplied. My financial story is rewritten under grace. Let the rewriting be slow and sure. Each night, the new story becomes more familiar. Each time you refuse a poverty word, the old story weakens. Each time you speak divine supply, the new story strengthens. Each time you bless money, the old fear softens. Each time you say, I am not bound by inherited lack, a chain in consciousness loosens. I am not bound by inherited lack. I am not bound by inherited fear. I am not bound by inherited struggle. I am not bound by inherited shame around money. I am not bound by inherited smallness. I am not bound by inherited expectation. I am not bound by inherited poverty words. I am free to prosper under grace. I speak a new word of wealth. Let this new word be kind to those who came before you. Let it say, I prosper for the blessing of all, not in rejection of any. Let it say, the good that appears in my life proves that infinite spirit was always greater than the family fear. Let it say, I am willing to be the place where the old lack story ends. Let it say, divine supply may now be made visible through me. My financial story is rewritten under grace. This is a holy rewriting. It does not boast. It does not pretend. It does not deny the path already walked. It redeems the path by refusing to let old fear write the future. It blesses the old house and opens a new door. It honors endurance and invites ease under grace. It remembers struggle and chooses divine order. I withdraw the old money story. Now let the phrases become more restful. I withdraw the old money story. I am not bound by inherited lack. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. I speak a new word of wealth. My financial story is rewritten under grace. Again, I withdraw the old money story. I am not bound by inherited lack. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. I speak a new word of wealth. My financial story is rewritten under grace. Now softer. The old story is withdrawn. Inherited lack does not bind me. Past poverty words have no power. I speak wealth. My story is rewritten under grace. Let the old story move farther away. It need not be studied tonight. It need not be fought tonight. It need not be explained tonight. It is simply withdrawn. A new story is placed in the heart. Divine supply is my story. Under grace is my story. Perfect ways are my story. Blessed money is my story. Right receiving is my story. Generous living is my story. All is supplied is my story. My words turn into wealth is my story. I speak a new word of wealth. Now speak the new story as though it were being written in the quiet book of the night. I am supplied by infinite spirit. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. I do not speak myself poor. Every word of lack is withdrawn. My words instruct my world under grace. I receive wealth rightly and peacefully. Money comes to me in perfect ways. My good is divinely appointed. All is supplied. My financial story is rewritten under grace. The old book is closed. The new page is open. The pen is faith. The ink is grace. The hand is guided by infinite spirit. The word is wealth. The way is perfect. The result is divine supply made visible. I am not bound by inherited lack. Let this truth rest over the whole night. Not bound, not by the past, not by old words, not by family fear, not by inherited struggle, not by poverty speech, not by small expectation, not bound, free under grace, free to speak wealth, free to receive, free to prosper, free to sleep in divine supply. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. Only the word of faith governs my night. Only divine order governs my good. Only infinite spirit is my source. Only grace determines the way. Only perfect ways are accepted. I speak a new word of wealth. Again softly. I speak a new word of wealth. Again softer. I speak a new word of wealth. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. The new story is spoken. The new word is planted. The old story is released. The past is blessed. The future is opened. Divine supply knows the way. My financial story is rewritten under grace. All is supplied. All is under grace. All is moving in perfect ways. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. I do not say, I cannot afford it. Let this sentence be spoken softly tonight, not with fear, but with authority. I do not say, I cannot afford it. There are words that seem small because they are common. They pass through the mouth easily. They are heard in homes, in shops, at tables, beside counters, over letters, over bills, over desires, over needs. They seem practical. They seem harmless. They seem like ordinary wisdom. Yet some of the most common words are the very ones that close the gates of consciousness. I do not say, I cannot afford it. That sentence may appear to be about money, but very often it is about power. It says to the deeper mind, the door is closed. It says the source is limited. It says the good is outside my reach. It says I stand before life as one without choice. It places the soul beneath the appearance and teaches the heart to bow before lack. But I tell you, the phrase must be changed. I do not say I cannot afford it. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. Say it gently. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. This does not mean I spend foolishly. It does not mean I ignore wisdom. It does not mean I take what is not appointed. It does not mean I enter debt under the command of desire. No. Divine supply never asks for folly. Divine order never asks for confusion. Grace never leads into waste. I speak from divine supply, not from fear, and therefore I choose wisely. I choose wisely and prosper. Let that sentence bring peace. I choose wisely and prosper. A person may decline in expenditure without speaking lack. A person may wait without declaring poverty. A person may choose another way without calling himself poor. A person may say, this is not my appointed expenditure now, and keep the door of supply open. A person may say, divine order directs my use of money, and remain in power. A person may say, the money for all that is mine by divine right comes under grace, and refuse to close the gate of receiving. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Say it slowly. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Not every passing desire is a divine need. Not every glittering object belongs to the path. Not every invitation is appointed. Not every purchase is wise. But all that is truly needed for the divine plan. All that belongs to you by divine right. All that supports your right work, your right home, your right health, your right expression, your right peace, comes under grace in perfect ways. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. This is very different from saying, I cannot afford it. One sentence closes the heart. The other opens the heart to infinite spirit. One sentence makes lack the ruler. The other places the matter under divine order. One sentence says, there is no way. The other says, infinite spirit knows the perfect way. My words keep the door of supply open. Let this be understood with tenderness. My words keep the door of supply open. The door of supply is often closed first in speech. The purse may not yet be empty, but the mouth has already declared emptiness. The way may not yet be shown, but the mind has already declared impossibility. The money may not yet have arrived, but fear has already declared absence. Tonight, that old habit is withdrawn. I do not say, I cannot afford it. If I see something beautiful and it is not for me now, I do not say, I cannot afford it. I say, if this is mine by divine right, it comes to me under grace in perfect ways. If I see an opportunity and the money is not yet in my hand, I do not say there is no way. I say infinite spirit knows the channel. If I face an obligation, I do not say, I cannot meet it. I say, the money for every divine obligation comes under grace. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. Fear speaks quickly. It sees the price and trembles. It sees the bill and tightens. It sees the need and says, there is not enough. It sees the future and counts losses before they have appeared. It tries to protect you by making your world smaller. But fear is a poor steward. Fear cannot manage divine supply. Fear cannot see the secret door. Fear cannot know the perfect channel. Fear cannot open what grace has prepared. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. Divine supply speaks differently. It says all is supplied. It says the right money comes at the right time. It says wisdom guides every expenditure. It says the perfect way opens. It says I choose wisely and prosper. It says the money for my divine needs comes under grace. This is not a teaching of extravagance. It is a teaching of mastery. To stop saying I cannot afford it does not mean to say yes to everything. It means to stop making poverty the reason. It means to let divine order decide. It means to refuse the old posture of helplessness. It means to speak as one supplied by infinite spirit, even when choosing not to buy, not to go, not to accept, not to spend, not to move yet. I choose wisely and prosper. The wealthy consciousness is not wasteful. It is directed. It does not throw money to prove abundance. It does not refuse everything to prove fear. It listens. It blesses. It chooses. It allows money to be used under grace. It knows that prosperity is not in reckless spending, nor in fearful withholding. Prosperity is in divine order. I choose wisely and prosper. If an expense is appointed, the money comes. If it is not appointed, I release it in peace. If a purchase belongs to me by divine right, the way opens. If it does not belong to me, I am protected from it. If a door is mine, it opens under grace. If a door is not mine, I bless it and pass on. My words keep the door of supply open. Therefore, instead of saying, I cannot afford it, I say, this is under divine order. Instead of saying, it is too much, I say, infinite spirit knows the right measure. Instead of saying, there is no money, I say, divine supply knows the perfect channel. Instead of saying, I will never have that, I say, if it is mine by divine right, it comes in perfect ways. Instead of saying, I am poor, I say, I am supplied under grace. I do not say I cannot afford it. Now let this old sentence be withdrawn from the night. I cannot afford it is withdrawn. I cannot pay is withdrawn. I cannot receive is withdrawn. I cannot have is withdrawn. I cannot prosper is withdrawn. I cannot choose is withdrawn. I cannot move forward is withdrawn. The word cannot is withdrawn from my money. The word cannot is withdrawn from my supply. The word cannot is withdrawn from my good. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. A new sentence is placed where the old one stood. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Again, the money for my divine needs comes under grace. Again, softer. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Now let the heart understand. A divine need is not a frightened demand. A divine need is that which belongs to your path in divine order. It may be money for food, shelter, rest, tools, service, work, healing, movement, education, right clothing, right travel, right obligation, right expression, right protection. Infinite Spirit knows what is truly needed. Divine supply never misunderstands the true need. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. If the need is real and appointed, the supply is real and appointed. If the obligation is rightful, the money is provided in the right way. If the step is divine, the provision accompanies it. If the door is appointed, the key is found. If the work is mine, the means appear. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. Do not measure divine supply by the amount you see at this moment. The visible amount is not the source. The present coin is not the source. The purse is not the source. The account is not the source. The employer is not the source. The customer is not the source. The family member is not the source. Infinite Spirit is the source. And because Infinite Spirit is the source, I may speak differently. I do not say, I cannot afford it. I say, Infinite Spirit is my unfailing supply. I say, divine supply opens the perfect way. I say, my use of money is guided. I say, I choose wisely and prosper. I say, my words keep the door of supply open. This is the spiritual correction. I am not asked to pretend that a purchase is wise if it is not. I am not asked to deny the present appearance. I am asked to stop giving fear the final word. I am asked to stop using poverty language where divine order should be spoken. I am asked to stop making the mouth a gate of lack. My words keep the door of supply open. A door remains open when I say, the money comes under grace. A door remains open when I say, the right way is shown. A door remains open when I say, this or something better comes in perfect ways. A door remains open when I say, I am guided in all spending and receiving. A door remains open when I say, all is supplied by Infinite Spirit. The door closes in feeling when I say, I cannot afford it, as though lack were Lord. The door opens in consciousness when I say, divine supply knows the way, and then allow wisdom to guide the action. I choose wisely and prosper. Let us speak this over every decision. I choose wisely and prosper. I choose without panic. I choose without shame. I choose without envy. I choose without fear. I choose without proving anything to anyone. I choose under divine order. I choose under grace. I choose wisely and prosper. Sometimes the wisest choice is to wait, but waiting is not poverty. Sometimes the wisest choice is to decline, but declining is not lack. Sometimes the wisest choice is to pay, and the money appears. Sometimes the wisest choice is to ask for guidance, and guidance comes. Sometimes the wisest choice is to release the object and receive something better. I choose wisely and prosper. If I do not buy now, I do not say, I cannot afford it. I say, this is not my appointed expenditure now. Feel the difference. One sentence bows to lack, the other bows to divine order. One sentence makes the heart small, the other keeps the heart free. One sentence says money is master. The other says Infinite Spirit guides my use of money. This is not my appointed expenditure now. Say it gently. This is not my appointed expenditure now. And if it is appointed, the money comes under grace. If it belongs to me, the way opens. If it is part of my divine plan, the channel appears. If it is not mine, I lose nothing by releasing it. All is under grace. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. Now see how the old phrase is replaced with a finer one. I cannot afford it, becomes divine order directs my money. I cannot pay, becomes the money for this comes under grace. I cannot have, becomes if it is mine by divine right, it comes in perfect ways. I cannot choose, becomes I choose wisely and prosper. I cannot see the way, becomes Infinite Spirit knows the way. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Now place this over the body. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Place it over the home. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Place it over every bill. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Place it over work. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Place it over health. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Place it over tomorrow. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Now let the mind rest. It does not need to calculate the whole road tonight. It does not need to remain awake trying to force a channel. It does not need to imagine poverty as preparation. It does not need to rehearse lack. It may rest in the sentence of divine supply. I do not say, I cannot afford it. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. I choose wisely and prosper. My words keep the door of supply open. Again, I do not say, I cannot afford it. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. I choose wisely and prosper. My words keep the door of supply open, now softer. I do not speak lack. I speak from supply. The money comes under grace. I choose wisely. The door remains open. Let the door remain open in consciousness. You do not need to stand in the doorway and watch with anxious eyes. You simply do not close it with fear. You do not slam it shut with the word cannot. You leave it open with the word under grace. My words keep the door of supply open. Perhaps you have desired something and then rebuked yourself for desiring it. You said, I cannot afford it, and behind the words was shame. Tonight, let shame be withdrawn. Desire under grace may be purified. It may be fulfilled or redirected. It may come in the form you see, or in a better form selected by infinite spirit. But shame need not govern it. If this belongs to me by divine right, it comes under grace in perfect ways. If it does not belong to me, I am gladly free. All my desires are purified under grace. All my money is guided by divine order. I choose wisely and prosper. Perhaps you have faced a bill and spoken fear over it. You said, I cannot afford this. Tonight, speak again. Say, this obligation is under divine order. Say, the money for this comes under grace. Say, I am shown right action. Say, no burden is too great for infinite spirit. Say, all is supplied. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Perhaps you have wished to learn, to travel, to heal, to rest, to repair, to help, to begin, but the old phrase appeared, I cannot afford it. Tonight, do not let that phrase become the judge of your path. Let divine order judge the path. If the step is yours, the means are supplied. If the step is not yours, you are redirected in peace. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. Fear makes money a wall. Faith makes money a servant. Fear says, the price is the power. Faith says, infinite spirit is the source. Fear says, the number is final. Faith says, divine order governs the number. Fear says, you are excluded. Faith says, the right way opens under grace. My words keep the door of supply open. Now let us bless choice itself. Choice is a sign of power. Even when you do not spend, you can choose from dignity. Even when you wait, you can wait from faith. Even when you release, you can release from abundance. Even when you save, you can save from wisdom, not terror. Even when you pay, you can pay with blessing, not resentment. I choose wisely and prosper. I choose when to spend. I choose when to save. I choose when to wait. I choose when to release. I choose when to give. I choose when to receive. I choose under grace. I choose with divine order. I choose wisely and prosper. This restores authority. The phrase, I cannot afford it, often makes a person feel pushed, cornered, and small. But divine order restores calm authority. You are not a victim of every price. You are not a beggar before every desire. You are not helpless before every obligation. You are guided by infinite spirit. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. Now speak to the purse. Purse, you are blessed. Purse, you are not closed by fear. Purse, you are open to divine supply. Purse, you are governed by wisdom. Purse, you are filled and emptied under grace. Purse, you receive and circulate rightly. Purse, you are a symbol of supply, not fear. My words keep the door of supply open. Now speak to money. Money, you are blessed in my life. Money, you come for every divine need. Money, you go forth rightly and return multiplied under grace. Money, you serve divine order. Money, you are not my master. Money, you are not my source. Infinite spirit is my source. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Now speak to the old phrase itself. I cannot afford it. You are withdrawn. You are no longer my final word. You are no longer my habit. You are no longer my shield. You are no longer my wisdom. You are replaced by divine order. You are replaced by perfect ways. You are replaced by infinite supply. You are replaced by grace. I do not say, I cannot afford it. I say, divine supply knows the way. I say, the money comes under grace. I say, this is not my appointed expenditure now. I say, if it is mine by divine right, it comes. I say, I choose wisely and prosper. I say, all is supplied. My words keep the door of supply open. Now let the body feel the difference. The old phrase tightens the chest. The new word softens it. The old phrase closes the hand. The new word opens it. The old phrase makes the mind smaller. The new word leaves room for divine intelligence. The old phrase says, fear decides. The new word says, grace decides. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. This is a peaceful discipline. It can be practiced in the marketplace, in the home, at the table, over a letter, before sleep. Each time the old phrase rises, you do not need to fight it. Simply replace it, gently, firmly, again and again. I do not say, I cannot afford it. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. I choose wisely and prosper. My words keep the door of supply open. Again, I do not say, I cannot afford it. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. I choose wisely and prosper. My words keep the door of supply open. Now slower. I do not say cannot. I speak from supply. The money comes. I choose wisely. The door remains open. Let the heart rest in the open door. Not all things must enter through it tonight. You do not need to decide every future purchase. You do not need to know every channel. You only need to stop closing the door with fear. My words keep the door of supply open. The door of supply is open to wisdom. The door of supply is open to right money. The door of supply is open to divine timing. The door of supply is open to perfect ways. The door of supply is open to all that is mine by divine right. The door of supply is open under grace. I speak from divine supply, not from fear. Let this be the word before sleep, not, I cannot afford it, but, all that is mine by divine right is supplied, not, there is no money, but, divine supply knows the way, not, I am trapped, but, the perfect way opens, not, I am poor, but, I am supplied under grace, not, I must fear money, but, I choose wisely and prosper. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. This sentence is a pillow for the anxious mind. Let the mind rest upon it. It does not need to solve the whole world. It does not need to calculate every future need. It does not need to make fear its treasurer. Infinite Spirit is the source, and divine order governs the use of money. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Again, the money for my divine needs comes under grace. Again, softer. The money for my divine needs comes under grace. Now let the central truth return. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. My word is my wand. I do not speak myself poor. I do not say I cannot afford it. I speak from divine supply. I choose wisely. The door of supply remains open. All is supplied. All is under grace. All is moving in perfect ways. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Let that sentence rest gently in the heart tonight. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. There are many who are afraid to speak wealth because they have mistaken wealth for greed. They have believed that to desire abundance is to turn away from spirit. They have believed that to receive richly is to take from another. They have believed that to prosper is to become hard, proud, careless, or unkind. But I tell you, wealth under grace is not greed. Wealth under grace is divine supply expressed. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. Say it softly. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. There is nothing holy in fear of lack. There is nothing noble in a trembling heart before money. There is nothing spiritual in calling poverty good, if poverty is only fear wearing the garment of virtue. Infinite Spirit is not impoverished. Divine love is not barren. Divine intelligence does not lead the soul into constant dread. Divine supply is the natural outflow of the infinite, and when it appears under grace, it comes to bless, to serve, to uphold, to heal, to pay, to restore, to circulate, and to free. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. This is the safeguard, under grace, not under selfishness, not under vanity, not under grasping, not under injury to another, not under haste, not under false show, not under pride, under grace. When wealth comes under grace, it comes rightly, it comes cleanly, it comes peacefully, it comes through the appointed channel, it comes without robbing another, it comes in ways that bless all concerned. I am safe to receive wealth. Let the body hear this. I am safe to receive wealth. The heart may have been afraid of receiving. Perhaps it was taught that receiving much was dangerous. Perhaps it was taught that people with money were unkind. Perhaps it was taught that wealth meant selfishness. Perhaps it was taught that wanting more meant being ungrateful. Perhaps it was taught that the safe life was a small life, and that the humble person must always speak limitation. But these are old interpretations. They are not divine law. I am safe to receive wealth. My prosperity harms no one. Say it gently, with relief. My prosperity harms no one. What belongs to me by divine right is mine without taking from another. What belongs to another by divine right is theirs without taking from me. Divine supply does not need theft. Infinite Spirit does not need competition. Grace does not bless one by impoverishing another. My good comes through the right door, at the right time, in the right way, blessing all concerned. My prosperity harms no one. I receive richly and rightly. Let this be a peaceful permission. I receive richly and rightly. To receive rightly is to receive without fear, without shame, without arrogance, and without misuse. To receive richly is to allow divine supply to take visible form in my life. I receive richly and rightly when I bless the money that comes. I receive richly and rightly when I use it with wisdom. I receive richly and rightly when I pay what must be paid with gratitude instead of resentment. I receive richly and rightly when I give from love rather than guilt. I receive richly and rightly when I let money serve divine order. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. Think of bread on a table. Is bread greed? No. Bread is supply. Think of a warm room in winter. Is warmth greed? No. Warmth is supply. Think of a debt paid and a heart made peaceful. Is payment greed? No. Payment is supply brought into order. Think of clothing for the body, medicine for the sick, tools for honest work, books for wisdom, a roof for shelter, a lamp in the dark. These are not greed, they are forms of divine supply made useful. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. When wealth is under grace, it does not harden the heart, it opens the hand. It does not make the soul vain, it makes the soul grateful. It does not make life selfish, it makes life serviceable. It does not make money a god, it keeps infinite spirit as the source and money as a servant. It does not worship the coin, it blesses the coin and sends it forth on the errand of good. My prosperity harms no one. Let guilt around wealth be withdrawn tonight. Guilt is not humility, fear is not holiness, poverty speech is not spiritual wisdom, refusing good is not service, calling lack noble does not glorify infinite spirit. I am safe to receive wealth. If the old thought says, it is wrong for me to have more, answer, wealth under grace blesses all concerned. If the old thought says, if I receive, someone else must lose, answer, divine supply is infinite and harms no one. If the old thought says, money will make me selfish, answer, money under grace serves divine order. If the old thought says, I should not ask for prosperity, answer, divine supply expressed is holy and useful. I receive richly and rightly. This phrase frees the heart from two errors. One error is greed, which clutches. The other error is fear, which refuses. Greed says, I must have this by force. Fear says, I dare not receive. But grace says, receive what is yours by divine right. Use it rightly, bless it, circulate it, and trust infinite spirit as the source. I receive richly and rightly. Wealth under grace is not a hoarded treasure in a dark room. It is living circulation. It moves with blessing. It pays the worker. It feeds the household. It supports the right work. It relieves the pressure. It repairs what was broken. It gives time to the weary. It allows generosity. It makes beauty possible. It brings order where there has been confusion. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. Do not make poverty your proof of goodness. Goodness is proved by love, faith, right action, honesty, blessing, and obedience to divine guidance. Do not make struggle your proof of sincerity. The soul may be sincere and still be supplied. Do not make lack your badge of spirituality. Infinite spirit is abundance, and true abundance under grace carries kindness with it. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. The world has seen money used wrongly, and so many have feared money itself. But a thing wrongly used is not evil in its right use. Fire may warm or burn, speech may bless or wound, a knife may prepare bread or harm. Money may be misused by fear, vanity, greed, and pride, but money under divine order may bless beyond measure. Therefore I do not curse money, I bless it into right use. Money is blessed in my life. Money is under divine order. Money comes under grace. Money goes under grace. Money serves right purposes. Money blesses all concerned. Money is not my source. Infinite Spirit is my source. My prosperity harms no one. The fear that your good takes from another is one of the subtle lies of lack. It suggests that divine supply is a small loaf, and every person must struggle for a crumb. But infinite spirit is not small. Divine substance is inexhaustible. The good that is yours by divine right does not impoverish your neighbor. Your neighbor's good does not impoverish you. Each soul has a divine pattern, a divine channel, a divine appointment, a divine supply. My prosperity harms no one. Therefore I may bless the wealth of another without envy. I may bless the success of another without fear. I may bless the increase of another without thinking there is less for me. I may say, "Blessed be your good, and blessed be mine." I may say, "Divine supply is moving everywhere." I may say, "There is no lack in infinite spirit. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Let the heart grow spacious. There is room in divine mind for your good. There is room for your neighbor's good. There is room for right wealth, right work, right reward, right circulation, right opportunity, right receiving. There is room for bread, shelter, beauty, peace, and generosity. There is room for the purse to be blessed and the soul to remain pure. I am safe to receive wealth. Say it again. I am safe to receive wealth. Again, softer. I am safe to receive wealth. The body may have learned to tighten when wealth is mentioned. Let it soften. The mind may have learned to argue with receiving. Let it rest. The heart may have learned to feel guilty for desiring ease. Let it be comforted. The hands may have learned to close before good arrives. Let them open. I am safe to receive wealth. I am safe to receive money under grace. I am safe to receive increase under grace. I am safe to receive opportunity under grace. I am safe to receive help under grace. I am safe to receive abundance under grace. I am safe to receive what infinite spirit gives. I receive richly and rightly. There is a rich receiving that is humble. There is a rich receiving that is grateful. There is a rich receiving that keeps the heart tender. There is a rich receiving that serves. There is a rich receiving that brings rest to the body, peace to the home, honor to obligations, and blessing to others. This is the receiving under grace. I receive richly and rightly, not to exalt myself above another, not to prove myself better, not to satisfy vanity, not to worship money, not to hoard in fear, but to express divine supply, to live in order, to bless and be blessed, to give and receive, to serve and be sustained, to move in perfect ways. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. Let the word wealth become clean in your mind. Let it be washed from fear, shame, pride, and old condemnation. Wealth under grace is not a noisy thing. It may be quiet. It may be a bill paid without trembling. It may be food prepared with gratitude. It may be time to rest. It may be the right garment for the right occasion. It may be a debt dissolved. It may be the freedom to give. It may be the right room, the right journey, the right tool, the right helper, the right opportunity. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. There is no need to apologize for divine supply. There is no need to shrink from the good appointed for you. There is no need to explain to fear why you are willing to prosper. Let fear go unanswered. Let guilt be dismissed. Let old false humility be removed. Stand inwardly as one supplied by infinite spirit. I am safe to receive wealth. If you have said, "I do not want too much," because you feared being judged, release that. Say, "I receive exactly what infinite spirit appoints under grace." If you have said, "I should not desire money," because you feared greed, release that. Say, "I desire divine supply expressed rightly." If you have said, "Others need it more than I do," because you believed your good would steal from theirs, release that. Say, "There is enough for all in infinite spirit. My prosperity harms no one. The wealth that is yours under grace carries no curse. It carries no theft. It carries no bondage. It carries no burden of guilt. It carries no injury. It comes in perfect ways, through right channels, at the right time, for right use. It blesses the receiver, the giver, the worker, the household, the path, and the purpose. My prosperity harms no one. Let this cleanse receiving. Let this cleanse money. Let this cleanse desire. Let this cleanse ambition. Let this cleanse work. Let this cleanse increase. Let this cleanse the word wealth. Let this cleanse the purse. All is under grace. I receive richly and rightly. Some people refuse to receive because they think refusal is virtue. But if infinite spirit sends a gift and the heart says no from fear, the circulation is interrupted. There is a time to give, and there is a time to receive. There is a time to pay, and there is a time to be paid. There is a time to serve, and there is a time to allow service. The soul under grace learns both movements. I receive richly and rightly. When money comes, I bless it. When money goes, I bless it. When help comes, I bless it. When opportunity comes, I bless it. When payment comes, I bless it. When increase comes, I bless it. When unexpected good comes, I bless it. I do not push away my divine good. I receive richly and rightly. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. Let the heart remember that wealth may be used for holy and useful things. Wealth may feed. Wealth may clothe. Wealth may educate. Wealth may heal. Wealth may protect. Wealth may create beauty. Wealth may provide rest. Wealth may support honest labor. Wealth may send comfort. Wealth may give time to prayer, study, service, and creation. Wealth may make the burden lighter so the soul can listen to divine guidance. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. If wealth has frightened you because you have seen pride in others, know this. Pride is not caused by wealth. Pride is an unhealed state of mind. Wealth may reveal it, just as poverty may reveal fear. But divine supply under grace can be received by a humble heart. Money can rest in clean hands. Abundance can serve a faithful life. Prosperity can move through love. I am safe to receive wealth. If wealth has frightened you because you fear losing it, place it under grace. What comes under grace is governed by divine order. You need not clutch. You need not fear. You need not make money your security. Infinite Spirit is your security. Money is a servant of supply, not the throne of your peace. I receive richly and rightly. If wealth has frightened you because you fear others will resent you, place them under grace also. Your good does not require their approval. Their good does not require your fear. Bless all concerned. Let your prosperity be quiet, clean, kind, and useful. Let it be governed by divine love. My prosperity harms no one. Now speak a new permission over the soul. I am allowed to prosper under grace. I am allowed to receive divine supply. I am allowed to have money in right order. I am allowed to be paid for right service. I am allowed to live in peace around money. I am allowed to bless others from abundance. I am allowed to receive richly and rightly. I am safe to receive wealth. Do not let guilt close what grace has opened. Do not let old teaching close what Infinite Spirit has appointed. Do not let fear of judgment close the purse of consciousness. Do not let the misuse of money by others make you refuse the right use of money in your own life. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Let the word wealth now become tender. Wealth as peace, wealth as order, wealth as provision, wealth as usefulness, wealth as generous circulation, wealth as divine supply expressed, wealth as freedom from fear, wealth as right service rewarded, wealth as grace made visible in daily life. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. Now bring to mind one place where you have felt guilty about receiving. Do not analyze it. Do not struggle with it. Place it under grace. This guilt is withdrawn. This fear is withdrawn. This shame is withdrawn. This false belief is withdrawn. I am safe to receive wealth. My prosperity harms no one. I receive richly and rightly. Bring to mind one desire you have judged harshly. Perhaps it was a better home, a lighter burden, a healed debt, a fuller purse, an opportunity, a journey, a gift to give, a work to begin, a freedom to rest. Place it under grace. If this desire is mine by divine right, it comes in perfect ways. If it is not mine, I release it and receive something better. All my desires are purified under grace. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. This is the great cleansing. Under grace, desire is purified. Under grace, wealth is purified. Under grace, receiving is purified. Under grace, money is purified. Under grace, the word prosperity is purified. Nothing good is lost by placing it under grace. Only what does not belong is removed. Only what would burden is dissolved. Only what would harm is refused. What remains is divine supply expressed. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. I do not fear holy usefulness. I do not fear right wealth. I do not fear blessed money. I do not fear generous receiving. I do not fear prosperity under grace. I do not fear the good Infinite Spirit sends. I am safe to receive wealth. Let this be a lullaby for the part of the heart that has feared abundance. You are safe to receive. You are safe to prosper. You are safe to have enough and more than enough. You are safe to pay. You are safe to give. You are safe to save. You are safe to enjoy right good. You are safe to be blessed. My prosperity harms no one. Your good comes in its own appointed way. It does not steal bread from another table. It does not close another door. It does not dim another light. Divine supply is not a single candle passed from hand to hand until one is left in darkness. Divine supply is the light of Infinite Spirit, and each may be illumined according to the law of faith, word, and divine order. My prosperity harms no one. I bless the prosperity of others. I bless my own prosperity. I bless the wealth that circulates rightly. I bless every honest gain. I bless every divine payment. I bless every right opportunity. I bless every generous gift. I bless all increase under grace. I receive richly and rightly. Now let the old fear that wealth will corrupt you be placed under divine order. Say, my character is under grace, my money is under grace, my choices are under grace, my desires are under grace, my receiving is under grace, my giving is under grace, my prosperity is under grace. Infinite Spirit guides me rightly. I receive richly and rightly. Money need not master you. Wealth need not harden you. Prosperity need not confuse you. Under grace, money becomes a servant of divine order. Under grace, wealth becomes a channel for usefulness. Under grace, increase becomes a blessing. Under grace, receiving becomes clean. Under grace, giving becomes joyful. Under grace, life becomes more spacious. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Now repeat this slowly. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Again. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Again, softer. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. Again. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. Again, softer. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. I am safe to receive wealth. Again. I am safe to receive wealth. Again, softer. I am safe to receive wealth. My prosperity harms no one. Again. My prosperity harms no one. Again, softer. My prosperity harms no one. I receive richly and rightly. Again. I receive richly and rightly. Again, softer. I receive richly and rightly. Let these phrases become a gentle permission carried into sleep. No guilt, no shame, no shrinking, no fear of wealth, no worship of wealth. Only divine supply under grace. Only infinite Spirit as source. Only right channels, right action, right receiving, right giving, right use. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. The word wealth is cleansed. The word money is blessed. The word receiving is opened. The word prosperity is sanctified. The word abundance is placed under grace. The word supply is trusted. The word grace governs all. I am safe to receive wealth. Let the hands open inwardly. Let the heart open inwardly. Let the mind open inwardly. Let the mouth stop apologizing for divine supply. Let the soul say yes to the good that is appointed. Yes to divine supply. Yes to wealth under grace. Yes to right receiving. Yes to holy usefulness. Yes to generous circulation. Yes to prosperity that harms no one. Yes to infinite Spirit as my source. I receive richly and rightly. Now the night receives this new permission. The old guilt does not need to come to bed. The old fear of wealth does not need to remain beside the pillow. The old belief that lack is more spiritual than supply is withdrawn. The old confusion is blessed and released. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Divine supply expressed is holy and useful. I am safe to receive wealth. My prosperity harms no one. I receive richly and rightly. Now softer. Wealth blesses. Supply is holy. I receive safely. My prosperity harms no one. I receive rightly. Again. Wealth blesses. Supply is holy. I receive safely. My prosperity harms no one. I receive rightly. The body rests. The mind rests. The purse is blessed. The heart is freed. The old guilt is gone. The new permission remains. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. All wealth appointed for me comes cleanly. All money appointed for me comes rightly. All increase appointed for me blesses all concerned. All receiving appointed for me is under grace. All prosperity appointed for me is governed by divine order. All is supplied. All is under grace. All is moving in perfect ways. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. I speak wealth as a present truth. Let that sentence come softly into the mind tonight. I speak wealth as a present truth, not as a far dream, not as a faint hope, not as something waiting at the end of a long road of struggle, not as a blessing that belongs only to another day, another season, another person, another set of circumstances. I speak wealth as a present truth because divine supply is present now. Infinite Spirit is not postponed. Grace is not delayed. The source does not live in someday. I do not send my good into someday. Say it gently. I do not send my good into someday. Someday is a distant country where many people have sent their good and then wondered why it did not return. They say, someday I shall prosper. They say, someday money will be easier. They say, someday I shall be free. They say, someday I shall receive. They say, someday I shall live without fear. But the word someday often keeps the good at a distance. It places wealth beyond the reach of the present word. It tells consciousness that prosperity is not now, not here, not yet. I do not send my good into someday. Divine supply is present now. Let the whole body hear this. Divine supply is present now. The supply of infinite spirit is not waiting for a calendar page to turn. It is not waiting for the world to give permission. It is not waiting for fear to approve. It is not waiting for outer appearances to look favorable. Divine supply is present now as substance, as intelligence, as guidance, as order, as opportunity, as right ideas, as right channels, as the unseen beginning of visible wealth. Divine supply is present now. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. Say it slowly. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. This does not mean that every coin must be seen this instant. It means that the first visible sign is not the beginning. The beginning is in consciousness. The beginning is in the word. The beginning is in the decision to stop naming lack and begin naming supply. The beginning is the present command under grace. The beginning is the word spoken in faith before the form is complete. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. I am supplied under grace today. Let this sentence bring the future back into the present. I am supplied under grace today. Not only tomorrow, not only when conditions change, not only when one person helps, not only when one door opens, not only when one letter arrives, not only when a certain sum appears. Today, in the invisible order of spirit, I am supplied. Today, divine intelligence knows the way. Today, the perfect channels are being arranged. Today, the word of wealth is alive in consciousness. I am supplied under grace today. The mind may say, but I do not yet see all the supply. Answer gently, divine supply is present now. The mind may say, but the outer picture is unfinished. Answer, the word begins the form. The mind may say, but I have waited long. Answer, I do not send my good into some day. The mind may say, but what if nothing changes? Answer, my wealth begins in the word I speak now. I speak wealth as a present truth. There is a difference between lying to oneself and speaking spiritual truth. To lie is to pretend from fear. To speak spiritual truth is to name the divine reality before the senses have fully reported it. The seed does not look like the harvest, yet the harvest is within it. The first pale light at dawn does not look like the whole day, yet the day is in it. The small key does not look like the room, yet it opens the door. My word is the seed. My word is the light. My word is the key. My word is my wand. I speak wealth as a present truth. If I speak only from what is visible, I repeat yesterday. If I speak only from what has already appeared, I remain bound to appearances. If I speak only from the old balance, the old fear, the old report, the old delay, I give the old world another command. But when I speak from divine supply, I speak from the higher fact. I speak from infinite spirit. I speak from the invisible source of visible good. Divine supply is present now, now. Not after fear is gone, not after every problem is solved, not after every human door has opened, not after every appearance agrees. Now. Divine supply is present now. This is why I do not say, I shall be supplied one day. I say, I am supplied under grace today. I do not say, wealth may come to me in some far future. I say, wealth is taking form under grace now. I do not say, perhaps I may prosper later. I say, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. I do not say, someday I shall stop fearing money. I say, the fear of money is withdrawn now, and divine supply governs me. I do not send my good into someday. Someday is often a polite way of refusing the present good. It seems hopeful, but it may be delay in fine clothing. It may appear gentle, but it may be unbelief whispering softly. It may comfort the timid mind, while still keeping the door closed. Faith does not need to shout, but faith speaks in the present tense. I am supplied. My good comes. The way opens. Money is blessed. Wealth takes form. Divine supply is present. I speak wealth under grace. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. Let the old future tense be corrected. I will be wealthy becomes I am rich in divine supply now, and wealth takes visible form under grace. I will have enough becomes all is supplied now by infinite spirit. One day I will be free becomes I am released from lack now under grace. Someday I will receive becomes I receive my divine good now in perfect ways. I speak wealth as a present truth. This is not impatience, it is alignment. Impatience demands that the outer form appear before its appointed time. Alignment declares the spiritual fact and rests in divine order. Impatience says, I must see it now, or I am lost. Alignment says, divine supply is present now, and the visible form appears in perfect ways. Impatience strains, alignment trusts. Impatience watches the door in fear. Alignment speaks the word and rests. I am supplied under grace today. Let today become holy. Do not make this day empty because it does not yet contain every visible desire. This day contains spirit. This day contains breath. This day contains thought. This day contains the spoken word. This day contains the power to withdraw lack and speak wealth. This day contains the seed of prosperity. This day contains the invisible movement of divine order. I am supplied under grace today. Perhaps today did not bring the full sum you expected. Still, divine supply is present now. Perhaps today brought a bill. Still, divine supply is present now. Perhaps today brought a delay. Still, divine supply is present now. Perhaps today brought a door that did not open. Still, divine supply is present now. The presence of a temporary appearance does not cancel the presence of infinite spirit. Divine supply is present now. This is the word to speak before sleep. Not someday, not maybe, not if only, not when everything changes. Speak now, bless now, receive in consciousness now. Stand in the present truth now. I speak wealth as a present truth. I speak supply as present. I speak guidance as present. I speak money in perfect ways as present. I speak peace around money as present. I speak divine order as present. I speak wealth under grace as present. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. The word spoken now is like a letter placed in the evening post. It goes ahead of you. It travels in the unseen. It finds the right road. It enters the right office. It reaches the right hand. It prepares the right answer. You may not see its journey, but the word is not idle. It is sent forth under grace. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. The word spoken now is like a seed placed in good ground before nightfall. It enters the dark earth. It does not fear the darkness. It does not complain that it cannot yet see the harvest. It rests and begins its hidden work. So the word of wealth, spoken before sleep, enters the quiet depths of consciousness. It begins to rearrange expectation. It begins to open the inner gate. It begins to call the outer form. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. The word spoken now is like a lamp lit in a house. The whole house does not become morning at once, but the darkness is no longer complete. One lamp changes the room. One word of divine supply changes the inner atmosphere. One present tense declaration under grace begins to dissolve the long habit of delay. I do not send my good into someday. I call my good into divine order now. I call my wealth into perfect ways now. I call my money into blessed circulation now. I call my heart into peace now. I call my mouth into truth now. I call my consciousness into prosperity now. Divine supply is present now. Now is the only point where the word can be spoken. You cannot speak tomorrow's word tomorrow while lying in this night. You speak tonight's word now. You cannot alter yesterday's speech by regret. You alter the command now. You cannot live in a future hour that has not yet come. You live here, in this quiet moment, and here the wand is in your hand. My word is my wand. I speak wealth as a present truth. If a person says, I shall prosper when I feel worthy, worthiness is sent away. Say instead, I am worthy to receive what infinite spirit gives now. If a person says, I shall prosper when I am no longer afraid, freedom is sent away. Say instead, fear is withdrawn now under grace. If a person says, I shall prosper when I know how, guidance is sent away. Say instead, divine intelligence knows the way now. I am supplied under grace today. Today I have the word. Today I have faith. Today I have infinite spirit. Today I have divine order. Today I have the right to withdraw lack. Today I have the right to speak wealth. Today I have the right to receive under grace. Today my financial story is rewritten under grace. Divine supply is present now. Let this truth become restful, not forceful. You need not pound upon the unseen with urgency. You need not repeat the words as though trying to convince a reluctant power. Infinite spirit is not reluctant. Divine supply is not cruel. Grace is not deaf. Speak the word and let it settle. Divine supply is present now. Again. Divine supply is present now. Again, softer. Divine supply is present now. Now breathe as one supplied now. Rest as one supplied now. Let the body stop waiting for permission to relax. Many say, I will relax when money comes, but peace can begin now. Many say, I will feel safe when the debt is gone, but safety in spirit can begin now. Many say, I will believe in prosperity when I see it, but the word of prosperity begins before the appearance. I am supplied under grace today. This present truth does not deny that visible arrangements must be made. It does not deny that bills must be paid, work must be done, letters must be answered, and right actions must be taken. But it places every action under a higher law. It says, I do not act from fear. I act from divine guidance. It says, I do not speak from lack, I speak from divine supply. It says, I do not wait for someday to become free, I enter freedom in consciousness now. I speak wealth as a present truth. A present truth is a foundation. When you speak from it, the day has something solid beneath it. When you sleep in it, the night receives a clear instruction. When you wake with it, the morning begins differently. The outer work may still be done, but the inner position is changed. I do not send my good into someday. Bring back every good you have exiled into the future. Bring back peace. Bring back wealth. Bring back receiving. Bring back confidence. Bring back divine supply. Bring back right money. Bring back prosperity consciousness. Bring it all into the present word under grace. My good is not trapped in someday. My good is in divine mind now. My good is appointed now. My good is moving now. My good comes under grace now. My good takes form in perfect ways now. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. Some people keep their wealth at a distance by always preparing but never accepting. They prepare to prosper one day. They prepare to receive one day. They prepare to feel worthy one day. Preparation has its place, but acceptance must enter the present. You may prepare with wisdom, but speak with faith now. You may learn, work, save, pay, and act, but do not make wealth a stranger who must always stand at the far gate. I speak wealth as a present truth. Say, wealth is welcome under grace. Say, divine supply is welcome now. Say, money is welcome in perfect ways. Say, my good is welcome now. Say, I am ready to receive under grace. Say, I am supplied under grace today. Let the mind become accustomed to the present word. At first it may object, it may say, but this is not what I have said before. Good. The old word has brought the old atmosphere. A new word is required for a new atmosphere. The mind may say, but this is unfamiliar. Good. Prosperity consciousness may feel unfamiliar to one who has slept long in lack. Let it become familiar now. Divine supply is present now. The present word builds a present expectation. Expectation is the silent companion of speech. If the mouth says, someday, expectation waits. If the mouth says, not yet, expectation delays. If the mouth says, now under grace, expectation begins to open. The heart listens to the tense of the word. The unseen receives the tense of the word. Therefore, speak as one supplied now. I am supplied under grace today, not tomorrow only. Today, not after fear approves. Today, not after appearances change. Today, not after every old story is forgotten. Today, not after another person gives permission. Today, I am supplied under grace today. Now let this sentence pass over the whole day that has ended. Whatever occurred, place it under the present truth. This day is under grace. This money is under grace. This need is under grace. This delay is under grace. This desire is under grace. This opportunity is under grace. This sleep is under grace. I am supplied under grace today. The word today is powerful. It returns the wandering mind to the only place where God can be recognized. Infinite Spirit is always now. Divine love is always now. Divine intelligence is always now. Divine supply is always now. The form may unfold in time, but the source is present. Divine supply is present now. I do not ask the future to save me. I do not ask someday to rescue me. I do not ask a distant hour to make me rich. I enter divine supply in consciousness now. I speak wealth as a present truth now. I give the unseen a present command now. I let wealth begin in the word I speak now. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. Let the words become slower, like footsteps moving gently down a quiet hall. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. Again, my wealth begins in the word I speak now. The old hope said, far away. The new faith says, now. The old fear said, not for me. The new word says, under grace. The old story said, perhaps someday. The new story says, divine supply is present now. I do not send my good into someday. The good that belongs to me by divine right is not lost in the distance. It is not wandering without a name. It is not withheld by the past. It is not imprisoned by another's opinion. It is under divine order. It knows the road. It comes in perfect ways. My word welcomes it now. My words turn into wealth under grace, in perfect ways. This is present truth. My mouth is a treasury of divine supply. This is present truth. I do not speak myself poor. This is present truth. Every word of lack is withdrawn. This is present truth. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. This is present truth. I am safe to receive wealth. This is present truth. I am supplied under grace today. This is present truth. Now the heart no longer needs to wait to become peaceful. The heart may be peaceful now because infinite spirit is the source. The heart may be peaceful now because the word has changed. The heart may be peaceful now because the old money story is withdrawn. The heart may be peaceful now because the final command of the night is not lack, but wealth under grace. I speak wealth as a present truth. Let the phrase be repeated gently. I speak wealth as a present truth, again. I speak wealth as a present truth, again, softer. I speak wealth as a present truth. I do not send my good into someday, again. I do not send my good into someday, again, softer. I do not send my good into someday. Divine supply is present now, again, softer. Divine supply is present now. My wealth begins in the word I speak now, again. My wealth begins in the word I speak now, again, softer. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. I am supplied under grace today, again. I am supplied under grace today, again, softer. I am supplied under grace today. Now let the present truth become like a pillow beneath the mind. Rest upon it. There is no need to chase tomorrow. There is no need to go back into yesterday. There is no need to send wealth far away. The word is spoken now. The supply is present now. The source is present now. The grace is present now. I speak wealth as a present truth. My wealth is not merely future. My supply is not merely future. My peace is not merely future. My receiving is not merely future. My prosperity consciousness is not merely future. The word of wealth is alive now. The law of divine supply is active now. The perfect way begins now. The outer form comes under grace. I am supplied under grace today. If tomorrow needs money, divine supply is already there. If next week needs guidance, divine intelligence is already there. If the future needs provision, infinite spirit is already there. But tonight, your work is not to travel into the future with worry. Your work is to speak the present word and sleep. Divine supply is present now. The fear of tomorrow is withdrawn. The postponement of good is withdrawn. The habit of someday is withdrawn. The old future tense of wealth is withdrawn. The belief that prosperity is far away is withdrawn. The word of present supply is spoken now. I do not send my good into someday. Now the old sentence, someday I will have enough, is changed. I have enough in divine supply now, and the visible form appears under grace. The old sentence, someday money will come, is changed. Money comes to me under grace in perfect ways now. The old sentence, someday I will be wealthy, is changed. I am wealthy in consciousness now, and divine supply takes form. The old sentence, someday I will be free, is changed. I am free in spirit now, and freedom appears in perfect ways. I speak wealth as a present truth. Present truth does not quarrel with appearances, it simply outranks them. It does not shout at the bill, it blesses supply over it. It does not wrestle with the empty place, it speaks fullness under grace. It does not deny the need, it names the divine answer. It does not fear the delay, it declares divine timing. My words instruct my world under grace. My words now instruct my world in present wealth. My world is instructed in present supply. My world is instructed in present peace. My world is instructed in present receiving. My world is instructed in present divine order. My world is instructed in present grace. Divine supply is present now. Let this phrase become the last lamp of the room. Divine supply is present now. No matter what the old story says, divine supply is present now. No matter what the eyes saw today, divine supply is present now. No matter what fear predicted, divine supply is present now. No matter how often someday was spoken, divine supply is present now. Now let the mind release effort. This section of the night is not for striving, it is for present recognition. Say the word, then rest in it. I speak wealth as a present truth. I do not send my good into someday. Divine supply is present now. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. I am supplied under grace today. Again, I speak wealth as a present truth. I do not send my good into someday. Divine supply is present now. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. I am supplied under grace today. Now softer. Wealth is present in spirit. My good is not delayed. Supply is present now. My word begins wealth now. I am supplied today. Let the words fade into feeling. Present wealth, present supply, present grace, present order, present peace, present receiving, present good, present infinite spirit. I speak wealth as a present truth. Now, before sleep deepens, place your whole financial life into the present truth. Do not wait until it appears perfect to bless it. Bless it now. Do not wait until every number changes to speak divine supply. Speak now. Do not wait until fear is absent to use the wand. Use it now. Do not wait until someday to become one who speaks prosperity. Become that one now. My financial life is under grace now. My money is under grace now. My purse is blessed now. My work is blessed now. My receiving is open now. My giving is guided now. My wealth is taking form now. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. The future is not the source. The past is not the source. The visible channel is not the source. Infinite Spirit is the source now. Divine supply is present now. I am supplied under grace today. Let the night receive this as the final instruction. No more someday. No more distant good. No more postponing wealth in consciousness. No more waiting to speak supply. No more sending prosperity away. Now, under grace, in perfect ways. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. Again. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. Again, softer. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. I speak wealth as a present truth. Divine supply is present now. I am supplied under grace today. All is supplied. All is under grace. All is moving in perfect ways. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. Let that sentence enter the quiet mind tonight with certainty and peace. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. The spoken word is not idle wishing. It is not a sound thrown into the air to vanish. It is not empty charm, nor vain repetition, nor a plea made to a distant power. The spoken word has power when it agrees with truth. It becomes a wand when it is lifted under grace. It becomes a key when it is placed in divine order. It becomes a seed when it is planted in faith. It becomes a bridge between the invisible and the visible when it is spoken in harmony with infinite spirit. My word is my wand. Say it softly. My word is my wand. A wand is not powerful because of noise. A wand is powerful because it is directed. A word is not powerful because it is loud. A word is powerful when it is true, accepted, and aligned with divine law. A fearful word may shape a fearful atmosphere because it agrees with fear. A poor word may shape a poor expectation because it agrees with lack. But a word of faith, spoken under grace, agrees with the higher law of supply, and divine law responds. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. Let this bring you rest. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. It does not respond to panic as prosperity. It does not respond to begging as mastery. It does not respond to greed as grace. It responds to the word of faith. The word that knows infinite spirit is the source. The word that blesses all concerned. The word that harms no one. The word that refuses lack and names divine supply. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. Do not think of this as something strange. A law works according to its nature. If you plant wheat, you do not expect roses. If you light a lamp, you do not expect darkness to remain in the same way. If you turn a key correctly in a lock, you do not accuse the door of magic when it opens. Divine law is orderly. Divine law is exact. Divine law does not need confusion. It needs agreement. My words now agree with divine supply. When I say, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways, I am not commanding the world through personal force. I am agreeing with infinite spirit. I am agreeing that supply exists. I am agreeing that my good comes by divine right. I am agreeing that the channel is not the source. I am agreeing that perfect ways are possible. I am agreeing that wealth may take form without harm. I am agreeing that grace is greater than fear. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. Say it gently. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. The word does not need to know every road. The word does not need to name every person, every method, every hour, every step. The word does not need to stand at the window and watch anxiously for the messenger. The word is spoken under grace, and divine law knows the perfect ways. Wealth may take form as money. Wealth may take form as an idea. Wealth may take form as an opportunity. Wealth may take form as a letter. Wealth may take form as an opening. Wealth may take form as work rightly rewarded. Wealth may take form as a debt dissolved. Wealth may take form as wisdom that saves. Wealth may take form as the right person appearing at the right time. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. The invisible becomes visible under grace. Let this sentence become a lamp in the mind. The invisible becomes visible under grace. All things that appear have an invisible beginning. A house begins as an idea before stone and wood are arranged. A garment begins in thought before the cloth is cut. A letter begins in mind before the ink touches the page. A journey begins in intention before the feet take the road. So wealth too begins in the invisible, in consciousness, in expectation, in faith, in the word aligned with divine law. The invisible becomes visible under grace. This is why I ask you not to despise the word because it is unseen. Many people trust only the finished form. They believe only the money after it has arrived. They believe only the door after it has opened. They believe only the answer after it has appeared. But faith speaks before the appearance. Faith blesses the invisible seed. Faith knows that divine law works quietly before the senses can report success. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. The word that agrees with divine law is not frantic. It is not said with clenched hands. It is not spoken in fear of being refused. It rests upon truth. It says, Infinite Spirit is my source. It says, divine supply is present now. It says, my good comes under grace in perfect ways. It says, I am safe to receive wealth. It says, all that belongs to me by divine right cannot be lost or withheld. My word is my wand. If I lift the wand with fear, I scatter fear. If I lift the wand with resentment, I spread resentment. If I lift the wand with poverty, I strengthen poverty in consciousness. But if I lift the wand with faith, the word becomes a servant of divine law. The spoken word of faith is the command that tells consciousness what to accept, what to expect, what to open toward, what to refuse, and what to bless. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. This is not superstition, it is spiritual order. A person who continually speaks lack is instructing the mind in lack. A person who continually speaks impossibility is instructing the mind in closed roads. A person who continually speaks fear is instructing the body to tremble and the heart to expect trouble. But a person who speaks divine supply, not once in panic but faithfully and peacefully, is instructing the whole inner world to expect good. My words instruct my world under grace. And because the inner world is the receiving place, the outer world begins to rearrange. A new thought appears. A burden feels lighter. A person comes to mind. A letter is written. A right action is taken. A neglected opportunity is noticed. A closed place in the heart opens. A fear that once governed begins to lose its command. The word has gone ahead. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. Do not limit perfect ways. Perfect ways may be quiet. Perfect ways may be simple. Perfect ways may arrive through a channel you had overlooked. Perfect ways may appear first as guidance, not money. Perfect ways may begin as courage to act, wisdom to choose, or peace to wait. Perfect ways may bring the right employment, the right client, the right sale, the right repayment, the right saving, the right solution, the right protection, the right timing. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. If you insist on one way only, you may pass by the appointed door. If you cling to one person only, you may forget infinite spirit. If you demand one channel only, you may close the heart to the secret door. Divine law works through perfect ways, and perfect ways are often broader, wiser, cleaner, and more gracious than human planning. The invisible becomes visible under grace. Therefore, after the word is spoken, let the way belong to infinite spirit. Speak the word, then release the channel. Speak the word, then bless the unseen. Speak the word, then rest the body. Speak the word, then allow divine law to operate in its own perfect manner. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. Let the mind become clear. The word wealth must agree with divine law, or it becomes restless desire. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Wealth under grace is clean. Wealth under grace does not injure. Wealth under grace does not take what belongs to another. Wealth under grace does not make money a god. Wealth under grace honors infinite spirit as the source and allows money to be a servant. I speak wealth under grace. I speak wealth in divine order. I speak wealth through perfect ways. I speak wealth that blesses all concerned. I speak wealth that is rightly received and rightly used. I speak wealth as divine supply made visible. My word is my wand. Now let us see how the word agrees with law. When I say I am poor, I agree with lack. When I say I am supplied by infinite spirit, I agree with divine law. When I say there is no way, I agree with limitation. When I say the perfect way opens, I agree with divine law. When I say money is hard, I agree with struggle. When I say money comes under grace, I agree with divine law. When I say I am unworthy, I agree with fear. When I say I am an excellent receiver of good, I agree with divine law. When I say I cannot afford it, I agree with closed supply. When I say the money for my divine needs comes under grace, I agree with divine law. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. Now tonight, choose the agreement carefully. You are not forced to agree with poverty. You are not forced to agree with old family sayings. You are not forced to agree with yesterday's fear. You are not forced to agree with the appearance that says there is not enough. You may agree with infinite spirit. You may agree with divine supply. You may agree with grace. You may agree with perfect ways. My words now agree with divine supply. The old agreement is withdrawn. I withdraw my agreement with lack. I withdraw my agreement with poverty words. I withdraw my agreement with financial fear. I withdraw my agreement with impossibility. I withdraw my agreement with unworthiness. I withdraw my agreement with delayed good. I withdraw my agreement with closed doors. I agree with divine law. I agree with divine supply. I agree with wealth under grace. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. Let this truth give certainty without strain. Certainty does not need noise. Certainty is like a foundation beneath a house. It is like a deep root beneath a tree. It is like the quiet strength of a road laid straight across the land. When the word rests upon divine law, it need not be repeated in panic. It may be repeated in peace. My word is my wand, again. My word is my wand, again softer. My word is my wand. The wand is not lifted to frighten life. It is lifted to bless life. It is lifted to bless the purse, the work, the opportunity, the channel, the money, the need, the obligation, the desire, the home, the future. It is lifted to speak divine order over what appears disordered. It is lifted to call wealth out of fear and into grace. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. Faith is not trying to make something true by strain. Faith is recognizing what is true in spirit before it appears in form. Faith does not say, I must force money to come. Faith says, infinite spirit is my source, and my good comes under grace. Faith does not say, I must control the channel. Faith says, divine intelligence knows the way. Faith does not say, I must deserve through suffering. Faith says, I receive what is mine by divine right. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. Let this phrase release anxiety. You do not need to know the entire way before sleeping. The way belongs to divine intelligence. You do not need to instruct every channel. Divine law knows the channels. You do not need to make a map of the invisible. The word under grace is enough for the night. The invisible becomes visible under grace. This is the hidden comfort. The invisible is not empty. The invisible is not dead. The invisible is not useless. The invisible is the place where the word is received, where the seed begins, where the idea forms, where divine order arranges before the senses can see. The visible may look quiet while the invisible is active. The visible may seem unchanged while the inner law is moving. The invisible becomes visible under grace. Do not disturb the invisible work with contradiction. Do not speak wealth and then speak lack. Do not say divine supply is present and then say nothing ever comes. Do not say the perfect way opens and then say there is no way. Do not send the word and then call it back with fear. Let the word stand. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. Let the word stand over the bill. Let the word stand over the need. Let the word stand over the delay. Let the word stand over the purse. Let the word stand over the work. Let the word stand over the desire. Let the word stand over tomorrow. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. This central sentence agrees with divine law because it contains faith, grace, wealth, and perfect ways. It does not force. It does not harm. It does not worship money. It does not name one channel as the source. It does not demand in fear. It places the whole matter under infinite spirit. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Say it as law, not as begging. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Say it as peace, not as strain. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Say it as a seed, not as noise. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Now let us speak the law of supply gently. Divine supply is present. Infinite spirit is the source. My word is my wand. The spoken word of faith opens the way. My good comes under grace. Wealth takes form in perfect ways. The invisible becomes visible under grace. All is supplied. Again, divine supply is present. Infinite spirit is the source. My word is my wand. The spoken word of faith opens the way. My good comes under grace. Wealth takes form in perfect ways. The invisible becomes visible under grace. All is supplied. Now softer. Supply is present. Spirit is source. Word is wand. Faith opens the way. Good comes under grace. Wealth takes form. Invisible becomes visible. All is supplied. The law is simple, but the mind has often been trained in complication. It wants to ask, how, when, through whom, by what road. These questions may be answered in divine timing, but they need not govern the night. The law does not require the anxious mind to know every detail. It requires the word of faith, the release of the burden, the willingness to follow guidance, and the trust that infinite spirit knows perfect ways. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. If an action is needed, it will be shown. If a door is appointed, it will open. If a conversation is required, it will come. If a letter must be written, the thought will arise. If an old channel must be released, grace will help you release it. If a new channel must appear, divine order will appoint it. The word of faith does not make one passive, it makes one guided. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. Perfect ways include right action. Perfect ways include wisdom. Perfect ways include timing. Perfect ways include rest. Perfect ways include refusal, when refusal is wise. Perfect ways include acceptance, when acceptance is appointed. Perfect ways include asking, receiving, giving, saving, paying, blessing, and moving forward in peace. I am guided under grace. I am supplied under grace. I speak under grace. I receive under grace. I act under grace. I rest under grace. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. Now let the mind release the fear that these words are empty. They are not empty when they are aligned with truth. An empty word is one spoken against the heart, against divine law, without faith, without grace, without willingness to be guided, but a word spoken with sincerity, placed under grace, aligned with infinite spirit, and allowed to stand, has life in it. My word is my wand. A wand may seem small in the hand, but it represents authority. A word may seem small on the tongue, but it represents consciousness. Consciousness is the field where supply is accepted or refused. If consciousness says no to wealth through fear and guilt, the receiving place is narrowed. If consciousness says yes to divine supply under grace, the receiving place opens. I am open to receive under divine law. I receive wealth under grace. I receive right ideas. I receive right guidance. I receive right money. I receive right opportunity. I receive right increase. I receive what belongs to me by divine right. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. Let the word of faith now be clear and whole. I do not speak myself poor. I do not send my good into some day. I do not say, I cannot afford it. I do not fear wealth under grace. I do not bind myself to inherited lack. I do not close the door with fear. I speak wealth as present truth. I speak divine supply as present now. I speak the order of wealth. I speak under grace. The invisible becomes visible under grace. This is the promise of the seed. The seed does not remain forever unseen when the conditions are kept. The word does not remain forever unseen when consciousness holds it under grace and divine order. Do not dig it up by saying, "Where is it?" Do not dry it with fear. Do not choke it with contradiction. Let the word have the night. The invisible becomes visible under grace. Tonight, your word is given to the unseen. It is not given to a void. It is not given to emptiness. It is given to divine law. It is given to infinite intelligence. It is given to the order of spirit. It is given under grace in perfect ways. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. Now let us bless the mechanism of supply without trying to force it. Blessed is the word spoken under grace. Blessed is the law that receives it. Blessed is the unseen where it begins. Blessed is the channel selected by infinite spirit. Blessed is the money that comes rightly. Blessed is the opportunity that appears. Blessed is the guidance that leads me. Blessed is the wealth that takes form. Blessed is the good that blesses all concerned. My word is my wand. The wand blesses my finances. The wand blesses my work. The wand blesses my purse. The wand blesses my home. The wand blesses my ideas. The wand blesses my receiving. The wand blesses my giving. The wand blesses my sleep. The wand speaks wealth under grace. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. Let this response be trusted. It may not appear in the form expected. It may not arrive through the channel watched. It may not answer the anxious schedule of the human mind. But under grace, the answer is right. Under grace, the way is perfect. Under grace, the word is not lost. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. It may take form as an unexpected sum. It may take form as an idea that becomes income. It may take form as a wise saving. It may take form as a debt forgiven. It may take form as a right opportunity. It may take form as work that fits your gifts. It may take form as help freely given. It may take form as a door quietly opening. It may take form as courage to move. It may take form as peace that allows you to hear guidance. The invisible becomes visible under grace. Therefore, do not despise the small beginnings. The first sign may be a thought. The first sign may be rest. The first sign may be relief from fear. The first sign may be a sudden idea. The first sign may be the withdrawal of an old poverty word. The first sign may be an inner permission to receive. These are not small. They are the invisible becoming active. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. Now repeat this softly. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. Again. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. Again, softer. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. My word is my wand. Again, my word is my wand. Again, softer. My word is my wand. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. Again, divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. Again, softer. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. Again, wealth takes form through perfect ways. Again, softer. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. The invisible becomes visible under grace. Again, the invisible becomes visible under grace. Again, softer. The invisible becomes visible under grace. Now let the teaching become sleep. Let the mind stop grasping. Let the word remain without effort. The law does not require wakeful anxiety. It requires faith. The field does not need the farmer to stand all night watching the seed. The seed rests in the dark and does its hidden work. So your word, planted under grace, rests in the unseen. My words turn into wealth under grace, in perfect ways. The spoken word agrees with divine law. Divine law responds. Wealth takes form. The invisible becomes visible. All under grace, all in perfect ways. Again, my words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. Divine law receives the word. Infinite Spirit is the source. The channels are selected. The way opens. The money comes rightly. The good appears. All is supplied. Now the body may sleep in law, not in fear. The heart may sleep in supply, not in lack. The mouth may grow quiet, but the word has been spoken. The unseen has received the instruction. Divine order holds the matter. Infinite Spirit knows the way. My words turn into wealth because they agree with divine law. My word is my wand. Divine law responds to the spoken word of faith. Wealth takes form through perfect ways. The invisible becomes visible under grace. All is supplied. All is under grace. All is moving in perfect ways. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. I bless the money that comes. Let that sentence enter the quiet room like a soft light. I bless the money that comes. I bless the money that goes. Let the heart become still around those words. For here is one of the great secrets of prosperity consciousness. Many bless money when it comes, but curse it when it goes. They smile when it enters the purse, and tremble when it leaves. They receive with one word, and release with another. They call money good when it arrives, and call it loss when it is paid out. And so the circulation of divine supply becomes disturbed by fear. But tonight, I teach you another way. I bless the money that comes. I bless the money that goes. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. Say it softly. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. Money is not to be feared as it moves. Money is not to be cursed as it leaves the hand. Money is not to be followed with anxious eyes as though it were departing forever. Money under grace is circulation. It comes to serve, and it goes to serve. It arrives as supply, and it leaves as blessing. It pays, it frees, it supports, it restores, it nourishes, it moves. And what is blessed in divine order cannot become a thing of loss. What I bless returns under grace. Let this become restful. What I bless returns under grace. If I bless money as it goes, I do not send it out with fear attached to it. I do not send it out with resentment. I do not send it out with the word, there goes all I have. I send it out with blessing. I send it out as a messenger of divine supply. I send it out saying, go forth, bless, serve, circulate and return under grace in perfect ways. My money serves divine order. Say it gently. My money serves divine order. It does not serve fear. It does not serve confusion. It does not serve resentment. It does not serve shame. My money serves divine order. It pays the right bill. It meets the right need. It supports the right work. It feeds, clothes, shelters, repairs, opens and blesses. It moves through my life under grace. I bless the money that comes. When money comes, do not clutch it in fear. Bless it. Do not say, this will not last. Bless it. Do not say, it is not enough. Bless it. Do not say, it came too late. Bless it. Do not compare it to what another has received. Bless it. Every sum that comes to you under grace is to be received as a sign that divine supply is moving. I bless the money that comes. I bless the smallest coin. I bless the unexpected payment. I bless the wages of right service. I bless the gift. I bless the returned money. I bless the saving. I bless the opportunity that brings money. I bless the idea that becomes money. I bless the channel, but I do not worship the channel. Infinite Spirit is my source. I bless the money that goes. This is where many forget the law. They receive with praise and pay with fear. They open the purse with resentment. They look at a bill and say, This is taking from me. They pay an obligation and say, now I have less. They send money away with a curse upon it, and then wonder why money seems reluctant to return. I bless the money that goes. If money goes to pay for food, bless it. It has served life. If money goes to pay for shelter, bless it. It has served protection. If money goes to pay a debt, bless it. It has served release. If money goes to pay for a garment, bless it. It has served dignity. If money goes to pay for a tool, bless it. It has served right work. If money goes to help another, bless it. It has served love. If money goes to repair what is broken, bless it. It has served restoration. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. The word circulated must be understood. Money that is feared becomes heavy. Money that is hoarded in terror becomes a witness to fear. Money that is cursed as it leaves carries the atmosphere of loss. But money that is blessed belongs to circulation. It is like water moving through a clear channel. It is like breath entering and leaving the body. The body does not curse the breath as it leaves, for it trusts the next breath to come. So must the heart learn a peaceful rhythm with supply. I bless the money that comes. I bless the money that goes. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. There is a wrong holding and a right holding. There is a wrong spending and a right spending. There is a wrong giving and a right giving. Divine order governs them all. To bless money does not mean to throw it away carelessly. To bless money does not mean to pay without wisdom. To bless money does not mean to pretend every demand is divine. It means that when money moves under guidance, it is blessed, not cursed. My money serves divine order. If I am guided to save, I save under grace. If I am guided to give, I give under grace. If I am guided to pay, I pay under grace. If I am guided to wait, I wait under grace. If I am guided to spend, I spend under grace. If I am guided to release, I release under grace. Money in divine order is neither idol nor enemy. It is a servant. My money serves divine order. Now bring to mind the money that has come into your life. Do not judge it. Do not say it was too little. Do not say it was not enough. Bless it. Even if it seemed small, bless it. What is blessed may be multiplied in consciousness. What is criticized is diminished in feeling. Gratitude opens the inner purse. I bless the money that came. I bless every coin that served me. I bless every payment I received. I bless every meal provided. I bless every room sheltered. I bless every debt reduced. I bless every need met. I bless every sign of supply. I bless the money that comes. Now bring to mind money that has gone out. Perhaps it went to a bill. Perhaps it went to a debt. Perhaps it went to a repair. Perhaps it went to food, shelter, clothing, work, travel, help, or duty. Do not call it loss. Bless it. See it going forth dressed in light, carrying blessing, carrying usefulness, carrying divine order. I bless the money that goes. I bless money as it pays. I bless money as it serves. I bless money as it circulates. I bless money as it frees. I bless money as it blesses another. I bless money as it returns under grace. What I bless returns under grace. This sentence removes the sting of payment. A bill need not be a robber. A rightful bill may be a place where money completes an errand. An obligation under divine order may be met with dignity. A payment may be a closing of a door behind you, not a loss before you. When money pays something rightly, it may carry away fear. Bless it as it goes. What I bless returns under grace. Say over every payment, go forth and bless, go forth and serve, go forth and circulate, go forth under grace, return multiplied in perfect ways. My money serves divine order. If a person pays with resentment, the act is heavy. If a person pays with blessing, the act becomes part of circulation. The amount may be the same, but the consciousness is different, and consciousness is the receiving place of supply. Resentment says, I am being robbed. Blessing says, divine supply circulates through me in right ways. Resentment closes the hand after the payment. Blessing keeps the hand open to receive again. I bless the money that goes. This is especially important before sleep. Do not lie down rehearsing what went out. Do not count losses at the pillow. Do not fall asleep saying, I had to pay this, I had to pay that, and now there is less. That is the old language. Tonight, speak the new language of circulation. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. Money came, money served, money went forth, money blesses, money returns under grace. Infinite Spirit is my source. All is supplied. I bless the money that comes. If money came today, bless it before sleeping. If no visible money came today, bless the money that is on the way. Bless it in the invisible. Bless the channels through which it will come. Bless the divine ideas that will bring it. Bless the right work, the right people, the right timing, the right door. I bless the money that comes. Money comes under grace. Money comes through perfect ways. Money comes through right channels. Money comes without harm. Money comes as divine supply expressed. Money comes to bless and be blessed. I bless the money that goes. If money went today, bless it before sleeping. Do not drag it back in thought. Do not mourn it. Do not follow it into fear. Bless it and release it. Money cannot circulate rightly if it is chained by resentment. Let it move under grace. I bless the money that goes. Money goes under grace. Money goes in perfect ways. Money goes to rightful use. Money goes with blessing. Money goes as a servant of divine order. Money goes and returns under grace. What I bless returns under grace. Let this be spoken not as a bargain with life, but as a law of consciousness. What I bless remains alive in the atmosphere of good. What I curse is covered with fear. What I bless is free to circulate. What I fear becomes heavy. What I bless returns in ways selected by infinite spirit. What I bless returns under grace. It may not return from the same place. It may not return by the same hand. It may not return in the same form, but under grace the blessing is never wasted. A coin blessed as it goes may return as money, or as a saving, or as an opportunity, or as protection, or as a useful gift, or as a door opened, or as a burden removed. Divine supply is not limited to one form. My money serves divine order. Therefore, I bless all circulation. I bless money coming in. I bless money going out. I bless money resting. I bless money growing. I bless money serving. I bless money returning. I bless money guided. I bless money under grace. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. Now let the old fear around paying be withdrawn. The fear of paying is withdrawn. The resentment of paying is withdrawn. The shame of paying is withdrawn. The panic of spending is withdrawn. The belief in loss is withdrawn. The curse upon outgoing money is withdrawn. The word of lack over money is withdrawn. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. Say it again. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. Again, softer. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. The heart may have learned to tighten whenever money leaves. Speak peace to it now. Heart, you are safe in divine supply. You do not lose your good when money circulates rightly. You do not lose your security when money serves divine order. You do not lose your source when money leaves the hand. Infinite Spirit is the source. All is supplied under grace. I bless the money that goes. Now speak peace to the hands. Hands, you may receive with gratitude. Hands, you may give with wisdom. Hands, you may pay with blessing. Hands, you may hold without fear. Hands, you may release without panic. Hands, you may open again. Hands, you are under grace. I bless the money that comes. The hands of fear clutch. The hands of faith bless. The hands of fear tremble when money leaves. The hands of faith release what is appointed and receive what is appointed. The hands of fear count lack. The hands of faith bless circulation. Let the hands be taught tonight. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. Let the purse be blessed as well. The purse is not a little prison for money. It is a symbol of receiving and circulation. Bless the purse when it is full. Bless the purse when it is not full. Bless the purse when money enters. Bless the purse when money leaves. Bless the purse as an emblem of divine supply, not fear. Purse, you are blessed. Purse, you receive under grace. Purse, you circulate under grace. Purse, you are not ruled by fear. Purse, you are not closed by resentment. Purse, you are open to divine supply. Purse, you serve divine order. My money serves divine order. If an old belief says, when money goes, it is gone forever, answer, what I bless returns under grace. If an old fear says, I must hold everything tightly, answer, divine order governs my supply. If an old resentment says, this bill is taking from me, answer, money goes forth to serve and returns in perfect ways. If an old panic says, there will not be enough, answer, infinite spirit is my source. I bless the money that goes. Do not curse the rent that shelters you. Do not curse the food that nourishes you. Do not curse the coal that warms you. Do not curse the workman who is paid. Do not curse the doctor, the teacher, the helper, the maker, the messenger, the merchant, the one whose service has met a need. Bless the money that goes to rightful service, for it has fulfilled an errand. I bless the money that goes, and if a payment feels difficult, place it under grace. Say, this payment is under divine order. The money for this comes under grace. All obligations appointed by divine law are met in perfect ways. I am guided. I am supplied. I am peaceful. What I bless returns under grace. The blessing of money changes the atmosphere around accounts and obligations. A bill is no longer a sentence of doom. It becomes a call for divine order. A payment is no longer a wound. It becomes part of circulation. A needed expense is no longer proof of lack. It becomes an opportunity to speak supply. My money serves divine order. The money that comes is not to be despised because it is small. The money that goes is not to be cursed because it leaves. The money that rests is not to be feared for being still. The money that is expected is not to be demanded anxiously. All money is placed under grace. I bless the money that comes. I bless the money that goes. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. What I bless returns under grace. My money serves divine order. Now let this become a prayer of circulation. Infinite Spirit, my unfailing source, I bless all money in my life. I bless the money that has come. I bless the money that is coming. I bless the money that has gone forth. I bless the money that now circulates in unseen ways. I bless every channel selected by divine order. I bless every rightful payment. I bless every rightful receipt. I bless every coin, every note, every account, every obligation, and every increase. All is under grace in perfect ways. I bless the money that comes. When money arrives, let my first word be blessing, not fear, not grasping, not complaint that it is too little, not anxiety that it will disappear. Blessing. Thank you, divine supply. This money is blessed. This money is rightly received. This money is rightly used. This money is under grace. I bless the money that goes. When money leaves, let my final word be blessing, not resentment, not panic, not loss, not bitterness. Blessing. Go forth and bless. Go forth and serve. Go forth under grace. Return multiplied in perfect ways. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. Now rest in the circulation. The sea does not mourn every wave that returns from the shore. The tree does not mourn every leaf that falls in its season. The body does not mourn every breath released. Life has rhythm. Supply has movement. Divine order governs the movement when it is placed under grace. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. The fear of circulation is a fear that the source will stop. But infinite spirit does not stop. A channel may change, but the source remains. One road may close, but divine intelligence knows another. One purse may empty and fill again. One payment may go, and another supply may come. Do not make the movement of money your God. Let infinite spirit be your source. My money serves divine order. Money may serve by coming. Money may serve by going. Money may serve by waiting. Money may serve by growing. Money may serve by paying. Money may serve by freeing. Money may serve by blessing. Money may serve by returning. Money may serve under grace. I bless the money that comes. Now, before sleep, bless the visible supply. I bless what I have. I bless what has been given. I bless what has been earned. I bless what has been saved. I bless what has been paid. I bless what has been received. I bless what is on the way. I bless divine supply already present. I bless the money that goes. Now bless every outgoing stream. I bless every rightful bill. I bless every rightful payment. I bless every rightful expense. I bless every helpful purchase. I bless every generous gift. I bless every debt reduced. I bless every obligation met. I bless all money that circulates from me under grace. What I bless returns under grace. Say it slowly. What I bless returns under grace. Again. What I bless returns under grace. Again softer. What I bless returns under grace. The word returns does not belong to fear. It belongs to faith. I do not demand return from the same hand. I do not chase the money. I do not watch the road anxiously. I bless, release, and trust divine order. What is mine by divine right returns to me in the right way, at the right time, under grace. What I bless returns under grace. Now let the phrase rightly circulated become very peaceful. Rightly circulated means guided. Rightly circulated means blessed. Rightly circulated means useful. Rightly circulated means not hoarded in fear. Rightly circulated means not wasted in confusion. Rightly circulated means received with gratitude. Rightly circulated means released with blessing. Rightly circulated means governed by divine order. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. If there has been anxiety about money leaving, place the anxiety under grace. This anxiety is withdrawn. This fear is withdrawn. This resentment is withdrawn. This tightness is withdrawn. This old belief in loss is withdrawn. I bless the money that goes. I bless the money that comes. I trust divine supply. I speak wealth under grace. Now let sleep receive not the image of loss, but the image of circulation. Money comes like a messenger, with a sealed letter of supply. Money goes like a messenger carrying blessing to another door. Money returns like a messenger who knows the road. And above all messengers is infinite spirit. the source from which no good is absent. My money serves divine order. Do not sleep tonight with a curse upon a payment. Remove the curse. Do not sleep tonight with anger toward money gone out. Bless it. Do not sleep tonight thinking the outgoing stream is stronger than the incoming stream. Divine supply is infinite. Do not sleep tonight believing payment is loss. Payment under grace may be release, order, completion, and circulation. I bless the money that goes. Do not sleep tonight with fear that money coming in will quickly disappear. Bless the receiving, bless the use, bless the wisdom, bless the right keeping, bless the right circulation, bless divine order over every coin. I bless the money that comes. Now repeat gently. I bless the money that comes. I bless the money that goes. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. What I bless returns under grace. My money serves divine order. Again, I bless the money that comes. I bless the money that goes. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. What I bless returns under grace. My money serves divine order. Now softer. Money comes blessed. Money goes blessed. Money circulates rightly. What I bless returns. Money serves divine order. Let the mind grow quiet now. There is nothing more to calculate tonight. There is nothing more to chase. There is nothing more to curse. The money that came is blessed. The money that went is blessed. The money that is coming is blessed. The money that is circulating unseen is blessed. The source remains full. I bless the money that comes. I bless the money that goes. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. What I bless returns under grace. My money serves divine order. Now let these words sink deeper. Blessed coming, blessed going, blessed circulation, blessed return, blessed money, blessed supply, blessed order, blessed grace. My words turn into wealth under grace in perfect ways. The old fear of paying is gone. The old resentment of money leaving is gone. The old panic around the purse is gone. The old belief in loss is gone. The old habit of cursing money is gone. The new word is blessing. The new word is circulation. The new word is divine supply. The new word is wealth under grace. I bless the money that comes. I bless the money that goes. All money in my life is placed under grace. All circulation is guided by divine order. All receiving is blessed. All giving is blessed. All payment is blessed. All increase is blessed. All return is blessed. All is supplied. All is under grace. All is moving in perfect ways. I sleep with the word of wealth in my heart. My words have become wealth under grace. Let this be the closing word of the night, soft, simple, and complete. My words have become wealth under grace. The word has been spoken. The old speech of lack has been withdrawn. The mouth is no longer the servant of fear. The heart is no longer required to repeat the old poverty story. The purse of consciousness has been blessed. The money that comes has been blessed. The money that goes has been blessed. The supply already given has been recognized. The unseen has received the word of faith. Now the soul may rest. My words have become wealth under grace. My word is my wand. Say it gently, not to stir the mind, but to quiet it. My word is my wand. The wand has been lifted tonight, not against your good, but for your good. It has not spoken lack. It has not spoken defeat. It has not spoken fear as final. It has spoken wealth under grace. It has spoken divine supply. It has spoken perfect ways. It has spoken blessing over money, blessing over work, blessing over receiving, blessing over giving, blessing over the path ahead. My word is my wand. Divine supply knows the way. Let this release the last small strain from the body. Divine supply knows the way. You do not need to know the way tonight. You do not need to plan every road, every door, every person, every sum, every hour, every answer. You do not need to hold the channels in your hands. You do not need to sit awake watching the invisible. You do not need to carry the burden of how. Divine supply knows the way. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. Say it softly within yourself. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. The night is not empty. The night is the quiet field where the word rests. The word has been planted. The seed has been placed in the invisible. The burden has been cast upon infinite spirit. The channel has been released. The need has been placed under grace. The desire has been purified. The money has been blessed. The future has been given a new command. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. There is nothing more to force tonight. There is nothing more to wrestle with. There is nothing more to explain to fear. The old voice may grow faint at the edge of the mind, but it has no authority here. It has been answered. It has been blessed and dismissed. It has been replaced by the word of divine supply. All is supplied. Let that be enough. All is supplied. All is under grace. Let that be enough. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Let that be the final atmosphere. I sleep in peace. My words have become wealth under grace. They have gone before me like messengers upon a clear road. They have entered the unseen, not as frightened cries, but as quiet commands of faith. They have carried the seal of grace. They have carried the order of prosperity. They have carried the blessing of infinite spirit. They have carried the certainty that what belongs to me by divine right cannot be lost, withheld, delayed by fear, or destroyed by old speech. My words have become wealth under grace. The poverty word is finished for tonight. The lack word is finished for tonight. The fear word is finished for tonight. The old money story is finished for tonight. The sentence "I cannot afford it" is finished for tonight. The sentence "there is never enough" is finished for tonight. The sentence "money is hard" is finished for tonight. The sentence "I am always behind" is finished for tonight. The sentence "wealth is not for me" is finished for tonight. The new word remains. My words turn into wealth under grace, in perfect ways. My words have become wealth under grace. My word is my wand. The wand has blessed the purse. The wand has blessed the home. The wand has blessed the body. The wand has blessed the work. The wand has blessed the right use of money. The wand has blessed every obligation. The wand has blessed every coming coin. The wand has blessed every departing coin. The wand has blessed the channels seen and unseen. The wand has blessed the secret door. Now the wand may rest. My word is my wand. Divine supply knows the way. The way may be quiet now. It may be unseen now. It may not yet have appeared in the morning light. But divine supply knows the way. It knows the right channel. It knows the right person. It knows the right idea. It knows the right opportunity. It knows the right moment. It knows the right action. It knows the right door. It knows the right road for the good that is yours under grace. Divine supply knows the way. There is no need to chase money tonight. There is no need to call in fear. There is no need to beg the world. There is no need to lean upon one visible channel as though it were your source. The channel is not the source. The purse is not the source. The account is not the source. The employer is not the source. The customer is not the source. The inheritance is not the source. The human road is not the source. Infinite spirit is the source. Divine supply knows the way. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. This is the sacred release. Speak and rest. Bless and release. Declare and sleep. The farmer does not plant the seed and then stand over the field all night in fear. The baker does not place the bread in the oven and open it every moment in doubt. The writer does not send the letter and chase the messenger through the streets. The word has been spoken. The seed has been planted. The letter has been sent. The burden has been given to infinite spirit. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. Let the body grow heavy now. Let the shoulders fall. Let the hands open. Let the jaw soften. Let the brow become smooth. Let the breath slow. The body does not need to carry lack. The body does not need to brace against money. The body does not need to sleep in anxiety. The body may rest in divine supply. All is supplied. The mind may stop calculating now. It does not need to add, subtract, fear, compare, rehearse, or predict. The mind has been given a higher sum. Infinite spirit plus faith is enough. Divine supply plus grace is enough. The spoken word plus divine law is enough. The perfect way is already known to infinite intelligence. All is supplied. The heart may stop pleading now. It does not need to tremble before tomorrow. It does not need to ask again and again from fear. It does not need to prove worthiness through worry. The heart may become still, because wealth under grace harms no one. The heart may receive because prosperity under grace blesses all concerned. The heart may rest because the source is not limited. All is under grace. The purse may stop being a symbol of fear. It is blessed. It is under divine order. It receives and gives. It opens and circulates. It is not a prison. It is not a judge. It is not a place of panic. It is a symbol of supply made visible, and supply is governed by infinite spirit. All is under grace. The old accounts are under grace. The future accounts are under grace. The paid bills are under grace. The unpaid bills are under grace. The money received is under grace. The money expected is under grace. The money that has gone forth is under grace. The money returning is under grace. The work is under grace. The opportunity is under grace. The whole financial story is under grace. I sleep in peace. Let the word peace move through the room. Peace over money. Peace over the purse. Peace over work. Peace over tomorrow. Peace over every need. Peace over every desire. Peace over every channel. Peace over every visible thing. peace over every invisible thing. I sleep in peace. My words have become wealth under grace. The word was spoken softly, and it was enough. The word did not need to shout. It did not need to argue with fear. It did not need to convince the world. It did not need to force a person, a door, or an hour. It simply agreed with divine law. It agreed with infinite spirit. It agreed with prosperity under grace. It agreed with perfect ways. It agreed with the truth that supply is present before it is fully visible. My words have become wealth under grace. Tonight, the word wealth is cleansed. It no longer means greed. It no longer means vanity. It no longer means harm. It no longer means guilt. It no longer means separation from spirit. Wealth under grace means divine supply expressed. It means right provision. It means peaceful receiving. It means blessed circulation. It means useful money. It means generous living. It means the freedom to serve without fear. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. Divine supply knows the way. The word money is blessed now. It is no longer surrounded by dread. It is no longer surrounded by shame. It is no longer surrounded by complaint. It is blessed as it comes. It is blessed as it goes. It is blessed as it rests. It is blessed as it returns. It is blessed in every rightful use. It is blessed under divine order. Money is blessed and rightly circulated. What I bless returns under grace. My money serves divine order. All is supplied. The word receiving is blessed now. I do not refuse my good. I do not close the door from unworthiness. I do not push away divine supply because of old fear. I do not shrink when grace sends increase. I receive richly and rightly. I receive without guilt. I receive without pride. I receive with thanksgiving. I receive under grace. I am safe to receive wealth. My prosperity harms no one. I receive richly and rightly. All is under grace. The word giving is blessed now. I do not give from fear. I do not give to prove myself. I do not give with resentment. I give as I am guided. I give from divine order. I give with blessing. I give in right measure. I give in right timing. I give knowing infinite spirit is my source. All is supplied. The word work is blessed now. My work is not punishment. My work is not struggle without reward. My work is right service. My work is perfect self-expression. My work is blessed by divine intelligence. My work is guided into right channels. My work is rewarded under grace, in perfect ways. Divine supply knows the way. The word opportunity is blessed now. Right opportunities come. Wrong opportunities pass away. The appointed door opens. The unappointed door closes without loss. The right person appears. The right idea arrives. The right path is shown. Nothing that belongs to me by divine right can be withheld. Divine supply knows the way. The word future is blessed now. I do not send my good into someday. I do not fear tomorrow. I do not place wealth far away. Divine supply is present now. My wealth begins in the word I speak now. I am supplied under grace today. Tomorrow is already held in divine order. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. The word past is blessed and released now. I am not bound by inherited lack. The poverty words of the past have no power over me. The old money story has been withdrawn. The old family fear has been blessed and released. The old sentence has no final authority. My financial story is rewritten under grace. My words have become wealth under grace. Now let the teaching fade into simple truth. My word is my wand. Divine supply knows the way. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Again, my word is my wand. Divine supply knows the way. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Now softer. My word is my wand. Supply knows the way. Wealth takes form. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Let the breath become slow. Let the words become fewer. Let the mind no longer seek new instruction. The instruction is complete. No new teaching is needed now. No new effort is needed now. The word has been spoken. The poverty word has been withdrawn. The wealth word has been planted. Divine supply knows the way. My words have become wealth under grace. The night receives the word. The unseen receives the seed. The law receives the command. Infinite spirit holds the channel. Divine order arranges the path. Perfect ways are opening. The body rests. The mind rests. The heart rests. I sleep in peace. All is supplied. Perhaps the visible form is not yet complete. That does not matter tonight. The invisible has received the word. The seed does not need to become the harvest before the farmer sleeps. The letter does not need to be answered before the sender rests. The road does not need to be seen from end to end before the first step is blessed. Divine supply knows the way. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. The mind may ask one last time, how? Answer softly. Divine supply knows the way. The mind may ask, when? Answer softly. Under grace, in perfect timing. The mind may ask, through whom? Answer softly. Through the channel selected by Infinite Spirit. The mind may ask, what must I do? Answer softly, rest now, and right action will be shown. The mind may ask, am I safe? Answer softly, all is under grace, all is under grace. The burden of money is under grace. The burden of timing is under grace. The burden of method is under grace. The burden of worry is under grace. The burden of old speech is under grace. The burden of proof is under grace. The whole matter is under grace. I sleep in peace. Now let the word become a lullaby of supply. My words have become wealth under grace. My word is my wand. Divine supply knows the way. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Again, slower. My words have become wealth under grace. My word is my wand. Divine supply knows the way. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Again, softer. My words have become wealth, under grace. My word is my wand. Supply knows the way. I sleep. Wealth takes form. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. The old fear cannot follow where this peace goes. The old lack cannot rule where this word has been spoken. The old story cannot write over the page that grace has opened. The old sentence cannot command the night. The new word has been placed at the gate. My words have become wealth under grace. The spoken word has opened the inner door. The word of faith has blessed the purse. The word of prosperity has replaced the word of lack. The word of gratitude has opened the receiving place. The word under grace has purified desire. The word of divine supply has released the channel. The word of wealth has been planted. Now sleep. Divine supply knows the way. The channels may move while you sleep. The right idea may form while you sleep. The fear may loosen while you sleep. The old sentence may fade while you sleep. The heart may become more receptive while you sleep. The body may rest from money anxiety while you sleep. The unseen may arrange perfect ways while you sleep. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. Do not watch the door. Do not dig up the seed. Do not call back the messenger. Do not reopen the old ledger. Do not rehearse the lack. Do not repeat the poverty word. Do not ask the night to carry fear. Let the night carry faith. All is supplied. The money for every divine need is supplied. The wisdom for every decision is supplied. The guidance for every step is supplied. The peace for every hour is supplied. The courage for every right action is supplied. The channel for every appointed good is supplied. The grace for every perfect way is supplied. All is supplied. All is under grace. The home is under grace. The work is under grace. The purse is under grace. The sleep is under grace. The morning is under grace. The finances are under grace. The future is under grace. The wealth is under grace. The word is under grace. All is under grace. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Let this peace be deep and ordinary, like a quiet room after the lamp is lowered. No excitement is needed now. No effort is needed now. Wealth under grace is not frantic. Divine supply is not anxious. Infinite Spirit is not hurried. The perfect way is not forced. It opens in divine order. I sleep in peace. My words have become wealth under grace. My word is my wand. Divine supply knows the way. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Again, my words have become wealth under grace. My word is my wand. Divine supply knows the way. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Now let the phrases become shorter, softer, more spacious. Words become wealth. Under grace, my word is my wand. Supply knows the way. I sleep. Wealth takes form. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Again, words become wealth. Under grace, my word is my wand. Supply knows the way. I sleep. Wealth takes form. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Now breathe and rest. The word has been spoken. The word has been received. The poverty word is withdrawn. The wealth word is planted. The purse is blessed. The money is blessed. The channels are blessed. The road is blessed. The sleep is blessed. The unseen is blessed. All is supplied. Divine supply knows the way. There is no need to hold the problem in the mind. Holding the problem does not solve it. Placing it under grace releases it to the higher law. There is no need to repeat the lack. Repeating lack does not protect you. Speaking divine supply opens the way. There is no need to fear wealth. Wealth under grace blesses all concerned. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. Let the last concerns fall away like leaves from a tree in their season. Let every money fear fall. Let every sentence of lack fall. Let every anxious image fall. Let every old family word fall. Let every shame around receiving fall. Let every resentment around paying fall. Let every fear of tomorrow fall. All is under grace. Now only the word remains. My words have become wealth under grace. Only the wand remains. My word is my wand. Only the source remains. Divine supply knows the way. Only the rest remains. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. Only the peace remains. I sleep in peace. Let the night take the word deeper than effort. Let it sink below argument. Let it pass beneath old habit. Let it rest where consciousness receives instruction. The word is not anxious. The word is not heavy. The word is not striving. The word is alive under grace. My words have become wealth under grace. The invisible receives. The visible will answer in perfect ways. The seed receives the dark. The harvest comes in divine timing. The word receives the night. The wealth takes form under grace. I sleep in peace. No more fear. No more lack. No more old speech. No more poverty story. No more closed door. No more shame. No more strain. Only supply. Only grace. Only perfect ways. Only peace. All is supplied. Again. All is supplied. Again softer. All is supplied. All is under grace. Again. All is under grace. Again softer. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. Again. I sleep in peace. Again softer. I sleep in peace. Now the whole script of the heart closes in divine order. The opening word returns as the closing word. Tonight your words began to turn into wealth. Tonight, lack was withdrawn. Tonight the mouth became a treasury. Tonight the word was remembered as a wand. Tonight old money stories were released. Tonight, wealth was cleansed of guilt. Tonight gratitude opened the purse. Tonight the spoken word agreed with divine law. And now, the word rests. My words have become wealth under grace. This is complete for tonight. My word is my wand. This is complete for tonight. Divine supply knows the way. This is complete for tonight. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. This is complete for tonight. All is supplied. This is complete for tonight. All is under grace. This is complete for tonight. I sleep in peace. This is complete for tonight. Let the body sleep. Let the mind sleep. Let the heart sleep. Let the hand sleep. Let the mouth grow quiet. Let the word remain. My words have become wealth under grace. My words have become wealth under grace. My words have become wealth under grace. My word is my wand. My word is my wand. My word is my wand. Divine supply knows the way. Divine supply knows the way. Divine supply knows the way. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. I sleep, and wealth takes form in perfect ways. All is supplied. All is supplied. All is supplied. All is under grace. All is under grace. All is under grace. I sleep in peace. I sleep in peace. I sleep in peace. My words have become wealth under grace. All is supplied. All is under grace. I sleep in peace.